YMS puts out a response. I don't know how it's a hit piece when it is your own words, your own arguments, your own positions on things. And then when you go into the comments of Rob, you say, I'm not hiding anything. This has been known for years. You didn't do the ethical line argument to Rob. You essentially said the words, this is child groomer behavior. You took it to another degree. That doesn't give you the right to start flagging people's YouTube accounts. YMS is now saying he wants to sue Kino Casino. He's gonna sue them because they said he's a freak? And that being a furry is a weird fucking thing? Are you serious? Does YMS just want to give Andy and fucking PPP another payday like fucking Anissa and Ian did? Arguing about fucking animals is not a philosophy people need to fucking care about.
I don't want to fuck a real lion because they're fucking stupid and unhygienic, right? Like,
that's the fucking line. It's not that it's an animal. It's that they are stupid and unhygienic.
You're suing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
YMS, your movie sucks, okay? We talked about him recently, a few days ago, actually. I didn't upload the clip right after that live stream, or a day or two after that live stream, because if you're not aware, Rob's Media's video was flagged down by YMS's fans and potentially YMS himself, but I have no fucking proof of that, so I'm not going to say definitively that YMS, or better known as Adam, did flag down Rob. So Rob actually got his video taken down. It's no longer on his YouTube channel. At one point, it was reinstated, but now it's not there anymore. So I don't know if Rob took it down to re-edit it or what. Okay, I don't know what he's doing with that. I haven't spoken to Rob about it. Me and Rob barely communicate, so I don't know what's going on with that video. Okay, YMS puts out a response. This is a response to a hit piece made on him. Now, I don't know how it's a hit piece when it is your own words, your own arguments, your own positions on things. And then when you go into the comments of Rob, you say, I'm not hiding anything. This has been known for years. It's not a hit piece if it's just compiling all the shit that you've said into a video, and apparently you still stand by it. Rob can have an opinion on you being a complete fucking degenerate freak that defended the idea of animals having sex with people, and that you have weird fetishes being sexually attracted to anthropomorphic animals. There is nothing wrong with having the opinion of, this guy's a freak and he's defending weird shit, okay? Rob got a child endangerment policy strike and got lifted after review. That is so stupid. I don't know how you have a child endangerment thing when commentary YouTubers have covered way worse shit, and normally we don't get those. So I don't know how the hell Rob even got that in the first place. It must have been flagged, okay? So YMS put out a response and then got blocked by Rob. Now, YMS takes this as an own, right? Now, to be fair to YMS, which is crazy to say, Rob shouldn't have blocked him. I'm going to be honest. Now, do I agree that what YMS said about Rob was justified? Fuck no. Hell no. Zero, okay? But Rob giving this guy a block is going to make him and his fans go, oh, we're getting to Rob, dude. Like we do with everyone else that blocks people. So, like, I don't know why Rob did this. It is what it is. I think he deserves to be pissed off, but it's kind of ridiculous to block the guy. Just mute him and don't give him that win. Now, Nicholas Deorio enters the fray, all right? Good old Don Jew Nick. Pro-Israel Nicholas Deorio. Quote tweets Adam and goes, you're smearing him as a child groomer, which if you remember, chat, in the clip, I pulled up one of Rob's comments out of the 30 that he left on, not Rob, Adam's comments on the 30 that Adam left on Rob's video, okay? In one of them, he is essentially accusing Rob of being a child groomer. That's not a joke.
He was like if Destiny and Dark Viper AU hate FD and had an equally hateful furry baby. He blocked me lol.
Yeah, I got blocked too for something so innocuously stupid, okay? Innocuously stupid. I got fucked over for no reason. I was just asking a question. So, again, let me get back to it. So, Rob was accused by Adam of having childlike groomer behavior because he went over the publicly readily available information that Adam has put out with his 18+ account, talking about where he's posted this stuff before, which is kind of ironic with some of the clips I'm going to show you that Adam tries to smear at Rob that way. So it's kind of curious where we're going to go with this, but we'll get to that. So Adam responds to Deorio, looking forward to you watching my video later, since it's clear you haven't yet. Thanks. Nicholas Deorio responds with the typical, you deserve more hate. Okay, classic. Now, at the end of the day, Deorio posts this clip. Hey, YMS, why are you giving a minor audience a tutorial on how to find Rule 34 for porn? Seems kind of hypocritical. Interesting. Very interesting. I haven't seen this clip yet. I'm curious where it goes.
Make love, not war. Why can't they use a professional movie budget for CG for something that's actually worthwhile? Like,
I'm curious what he believes to be worthwhile that CG budget needs to be used for.
like pornography.
Pornography. I don't know why people like this that defend degenerate shit constantly have porn on their fucking mind. It's because they're deranged, they're degenerate. It is what it is. This guy is a disgusting coomer, okay? I don't know how your brain goes to like, man, they should do CGI for something more important. And then right after that sentence go, pornography. That is terminal coomer fucking brain right there, dude.
Predator pornography. I should look some up right now.
Predator pornography is a very interesting words to slam together. So much entertainment, Adam. Oh, what's that? Chat, what is that? Is that an edit in his own video? That's wildly out of context. I know, it's funny. But think about it like this. Ooh, what is he searching that he put in his own YouTube video? Is that a search for pornography? But Adam, I thought that people that did something like this are directing children to look at pornography. I thought that was child groomer behavior, Adam. According to you, according to your logic against Rob.
None of these are what I wanted. See, they put aliens in there too. There's one with a demigorgon.
Now, if Jar was covering this drama, he says at least he censored it. It's not that bad.
The top one they have like weirdly human eyes. It's not bad animation though.
Buddy, you're looking at pornography of Alien versus Predator franchise. I don't know how you could say it looks pretty good when it is an alien from Alien and Predator pornography. How do you do that?
Holy shit, one of these is 25 minutes long?
It's probably a distress signal coming from this ship.
What the fuck is he watching?
What the hell?
Yes, I'm searching up Predator porn. That's how invested I am in the film.
I feel like these sentences are just going to be fucking used against you for the rest of your life, Adam. Oof. You look super invested in that. So YMS responds to Nicholas Deorio. This is the funniest response you could have given because you would know that this was addressed in the video if you had watched it. Thanks. What was the material difference between that and what Rob did that you didn't say to your audience and that they could check out Predator porn this way? One of his arguments is that it's only grooming if you're
I
mean.
didn't say what hole was
Ooh.
being inserted by what thing. And also, it's not in the context of let's shame this person, right?
I don't care that we're shaming you. You deserve to be shamed. You deserve it because you have defended disgusting things. You still defend these disgusting things according to you. You say you have nothing to hide, which means you potentially still stand by these things. This is your fault, Adam. This is your fault, Adam. Just because Rob did it in the manner of like, this guy's a degenerate, doesn't change the actual information there. Stop that. Now, I got blocked over this innocuous comment, okay? But I'm going to read Adam's Dark Viper level response first, okay? Nice try. Have you still not watched the video? Or are you deliberately leaving out context again? Ooh. Dark Viper coded, man. I'll explain it again here since you won't. Interesting. Rob's video led to pornographic images of real people. Mine did not. I'm so sorry. Yours led to pornographic images of Alien and Predator. It's pornography. Why are we trying to, like, discern the difference between that? It is pornography. Porn is porn. Rob described who and what is being penetrated. Which hole? Rob says that you get fucked in the ass by big black bulls. People have made jokes for less. What race is doing what? I didn't realize that race was a significant factor in that. But okay. All under the context of shaming those involved. To be honest, people that dress up like anthropomorphic animals and get dicked down by guys dressed up as bulls need to be shamed. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for that. You're gonna get made fun of. It is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. like what the hell? I don't get how we're doing this right now. It's been the internet has shamed people like you for a decade plus at this point. It doesn't make sense. Let's see here. I don't know why it's not reading this out. Thank you for the 5, Baron. Hoping for EFAP coverage of this absolute keynote climax to this drama. If they cover YMS, they may. Thank you, Just a Girl. I came in a weird moment. You did. Let's see here. What? Huh? The extent of what was described in my video is me saying there's a demigorgon. What? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Rob told his audience to go to the specific user page to view it while simultaneously showing the user page on screen. Are you talking about your not safe for work Twitter account that is currently public? That was public at the publishing of Rob's video? You do realize, and I said this before, that let's say another creator retweets that and a minor is following them and they don't know that the minor is following them. Your public Twitter account that you cannot vet those ages unless the ages are presented on their profile, technically can be shared to minors at any time. Maybe don't have the account. Maybe don't post Scar getting fucked in the ass by a dildo that you commissioned and put onto the public forum to see for everybody to look at. Maybe not do that. Maybe don't do that. My video did not show or mention any usernames, artist names, or anything beyond the name of the base website that hosts material. That you still showed the website that hosts the said pornographic material and showed you typing it into the Google page as a bit in your own video. By your logic, you showed people how to access pornography. So I don't get what the fuck's going on here. This is no different than mentioning the name of Twitter as a website. This is not equivalent to directing people towards a specific page to view the described images of real people. I'm sorry. Twitter isn't specifically designed for pornography, like the website that you typed in. Guys, serious question. Is Twitter a porn website? I know there's a lot of porn on the website, but is it specifically designed to jerk off to? Is it like Pornhub, Rule 34, any of that weird shit? It's not a specifically tailored website to porn. So how the fuck does that match up with the actual porn website that you showed on your video? Rob's video presents itself in the context of a moral panic and a call to action. I'm sorry. A call to action? Rob didn't say anything involving you need to go here. He said if you are curious, you can check it out yourself, which is a basic line that every fucking YouTuber covering a situation says. What call to action? You know what was a call to action, Adam? Is that you put out the idea that somebody should flag the video is when you put out your initial response to it. That you said it broke YouTube's TOS in terms of service, implying that people should flag the account. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now. I don't know why the alert box isn't working. Thank you for the 5, Baron. I use Twitter to get updates on when the next Pointless Hub video is coming out. True! I do as well. I've stopped, caring about Twitter in general. I just use it to look at Pointless Hub tweets. I've given up. Once in a while, I'll post something stupid, but 99.9% of the time, I'm just looking at Pointless Hub tweets. Let's see here. Oh, there we go.
We need to bring back shaming people.
True, I agree. We need to bring back shaming people. We do. We really, really do. The call to action was just Rob saying, check me on my shit if you don't believe me. It's public. Yes, Lago, exactly. But in Adam's brain and by Adam's logic, that means he's directing children to look at pornography. But again, there's a clip of YMS typing in the name of the website for a specifically tailored website for porn, furry porn. By Adam's own standards, you could say that he has child groomer coded actions. That's by Adam's own logic. I'm not saying he's a child groomer, but based on what he called Rob, you could come to that assertion too. My video is just presented as an unserious joke with no suggestions for anyone to view the images being referenced, but you still showed it. You still showed the website name. Rob refused to blur the specific username shown on the screen, even days after being informed that this was both serious ethical issues and a violation of YouTube TOS. A name doesn't do anything. 99.9% of people are not going to go from a Rob's Media video to go check out a fucking random, small, not safe for work Twitter account that you are publicly posting pornography to. It's not really a thing, but whatever. In violation of YouTube TOS, the images shown in my video were heavily censored before being uploaded, once from my editor and again from myself to ensure that nothing being shown was a violation of any ethics of the YouTube TOS. Are you talking about within the context of when you said bang, not bang, bang, not bang? Are you out of your mind? Jesus. Thank you for the 5. Fun fact about YMS that Rob didn't go over. He doesn't chew his food. Oh, that's weird. 6. If YouTube decides to age restrict my video for that clip, I'm not going to bitch about it. You probably would. If it was just out of nowhere without you being... Like, here's an example, right? If there was no drama going on and Adam got a random age restriction on his video without any sort of prompt, drama, anything, Adam would probably be on Twitter begging for YouTube to fix it. Why are you lying to yourself? I'm still waiting for a response from either of you explaining why it was necessary to keep a specific username on screen while simultaneously telling people to visit that page if they want to see the described images. What would have been missing from the video if the username was blurred like requested? Because it's supposed to show the information presented and the public stuff that you have done. You publicly post on Twitter, on a not safe for work Twitter account, the weird shit you're into. Anybody can look it up. It is publicly available information. Same thing with you typing in the name of a porn website for furries. It's the same goddamn thing. Let's see here. I cannot think of any reason other than that the intent was to drive traffic to that page. No, you're just coping, Adam. You're trying to make some form of defense for yourself because now you have to backtrack based on the information that was presented to you and showing you and going, hey, look, you did the same thing you're accusing Rob of. Let's see here. This is the big issue on a video. It's all set to all ages, and I'm genuinely shocked you're still defending this. Why would it be set to all ages? There's an option between child, not safe for kids. There's an option when you're uploading a video that you have to press. I literally, every day when I upload something or if I go live, I have to hit, is this for children or not? Due to the COPPA rules that were implied because of Jake Paul and fucking Nerd City, that they have to abide by that. If you click that button, you are aware that kids cannot be seeing that content and will not be put on YouTube Kids. That is specifically for people that are not children. Now, can you control the flow of people that are watching the video and the age range that you watch the video unless they tell you what their age is? No. But that's more or less of the parents' failure to not take their kids off of YouTube or monitor their watching habits. That's the parents' fault. But fuck me, right? I want to point out YMS has new not safe for work account leads to a safe furry account that just retweets YMS main's Twitter. It's pretty fucking simple to put it together. Yeah, it's not hard. You don't understand. Rob's Media's fan base is primarily children. Okay.
Dude, love ya. No homo.
You don't understand. Rob's Media's fan base is primarily children. It is a well-known fact that 5-year-olds want to watch recaps of Fish Tank.
True. A lot of kids really care about Sam Hyde content. Such a ridiculous cope because now he's basically making it worse for himself. He Streisand this into effect. So my question was so innocuous because this guy writes and argues and talks and does paragraphs like Dark Viper. So I just asked him an innocuous question. You ever hear of a creator called Dark Viper? You guys might be long lost brothers. It's not even that funny. I was just curious and I got blocked over it. So total furry death has been enacted. Okay, chat? Total furry death. Now, I want to bring this guy up. All right. So Fanboy here is apparently the video editor or a video editor. Okay. I don't know if this is Adam's video editor, but I am curious because this guy has been really fighting in the trenches for YMS. All right. I'm just really curious what this little freak has to say. 7, regardless of TOS, age gating is not just to protect minors. It's a boundary you set for yourself and your work. Ooh, buddy, we can't control the people watching that stuff. If you're not posting direct pornography, nobody should care. Now, whatever. It's not for Nicholas Deorio, Rob's Media, to decide if it's okay to push minors to view your 18+ material or that you have to be okay with it. We could say it's wrong and disturbing that you say that you're into anthropomorphic animals and talking about having sex with animals all the fucking time. Or that you're defending the idea of having sex with animals because you want to be able to argue the fact that you don't want to put people in prison because maybe the animal liked it. I'm sorry. If Adam was truly concerned about children looking at pornographic or not safe for work material, why not private the not safe for work account and then vet those people as they come in to make sure they are of age? If Adam really fucking cared, he wouldn't have attached himself to that account. Thank you for the 17 months. Imagine if YMS and Dark Crybaby AU got into a beef. Yeah, that would be the longest fucking Twitter fight in human history. It would actually be a problem. I would just keep reading. I would just sit there and read the whole thing for money. It'd be great. Let's see here. You, the consenting adults in the material, get to set a boundary. Yeah, our boundary is anybody that wants to have sex with anthropomorphic animals and talking about the idea of potentially defending the idea or the action of raping an animal is wrong. It's morally disgusting. It's something humans shouldn't be doing. That's the boundary of society. It doesn't even have to be pornographic. It can be violence because of language or whatever else you personally feel comfortable having any or potentially more kids seeing you do. But obviously, none of you or anyone in your young audience understands or cares about that. I love that we're jumping back to this whole, like, all your audience members are children. Dude, technically everybody on YouTube has some form of minor audience. You can't control it. People lie on the internet about their fucking ages, man. All the time. I lied about my age when I was growing up on the fucking internet just to get on fucking websites like YouTube and shit to watch stuff that wasn't just for kids. Like, everybody does it. You can't stop it. You can't just blanket statement, though, that everybody that is a part of a live stream community or community in general is only children, or the majority is a young audience. Literally. I hate to do this because these metrics are not really ever accurate. Most drama channel metrics are between the ages of 18 to 25, maybe even their 30s. Because this is a distraction. This is stupid. YouTube drama content's dumb, but it's fun to watch people fight and scream at each other.
Brave soul would like to inform Dark Viper of this content thief.
Does reaction content? True. That would actually be a really good idea to see if Dark Viper would just start criticizing YMS. You're a content thief. You do reactions to movies. That'd be great. Because it's easier, funnier, more financially viable to create lazy slop content. I want everybody that uses the word slop content in like an unironic manner to just fucking pull the trigger and blow your brains out. I am so sick and tired of the H-Bomber guy argumentation of content that you don't believe is like fucking like a H-Bomber guy video or a Lemino video. Dude, slop has existed on the platform for decades now. YouTube is a slop factory. It always has been. It always will be. Nothing's gonna fucking change it. Get over it. We are not fucking directors. We don't have $1 million fucking sets. None of this shit. We're a bunch of retards with microphones and editing software. Like, dude, it's always been slop. People uploading and just talking into the camera, you could say is slop because there's no actual sort of build to it.
Cheers, my dude. Love ya. No homo.
Inject the slop straight into my vein.
Like, who gives a shit if it's artistic or not? We're just fucking enjoying our time here, retard. Where you dunk on someone for having a nuanced opinion on ethics. I'm sorry, nuanced opinion on ethics. I didn't realize that saying that people that have sex with animals shouldn't be arrested because maybe the animal liked it. That's not a nuanced opinion. That is a disturbed opinion. That is an opinion of somebody that I don't trust and I think may have some weird fucking shit going on. They did it with Vosh. It happened with Destiny. It happened with Hassan. It happened with every fucking weirdo. They always make a position that is so out of left fucking field that they end up being caught doing the thing that they're arguing for, okay? It's suspect. No normal person should be debating the ethics of fucking an animal. It's a either no or yes. And if you say yes, you're going to jail. There's no in between. There's no moral and ethics here. Being different or worse because you are so malicious you think they deserve to have their boundaries crossed. I have no idea what the fuck you mean by boundaries crossed. Being different? I didn't realize that we're chalking up to people potentially defending the idea of having sex with animals as being different. I didn't know it fell into the lines of being a quirky chungus or whatever the fuck the kids are saying, right? How do you have a take like this? Fucking furry profile picture. I should have known. This is the dumbest tweet I've ever seen. Let me read you one more thing about Adam, and then we'll start looking into other stuff involving Adam. So this is a post that I saw on the YouTube drama subreddit, okay? I don't go on the YouTube drama subreddit ever because I hate that place. I hate the people on it. I hate the fucking community that they built over there. I think that the actions that they made after Brady Biscuit got fucking outed and the rest of these retards, I thought it was going to be better. I was totally wrong. It's still retards all the way up the fucking ladder. Let me read this to you real quick, and you tell me if this is a good position to take or not. This is the biggest issue with YMS, and it's that he makes this point still. I don't care for Rob's Media. He seems like a bit of a chud. Fuck you. Fuck the chud shit. Who cares? Who cares, bitch? It's 2025. The chuds won. Get over it, bitch. But it doesn't look good that he makes this argument. I know he's a furry and a vegan. Nobody gives a fuck that he's a vegan. I don't even know, like, why you would argue this. I understand that he's doing the Vosh thing where it's like, well, vegans truly care about animals. Factory farming's evil. Yada, 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 yada. It's so stupid. But even then, it's not a great look that he made this argument this way. It's from the Vosh school of making your point as edgy and unsettling as possible. I can agree with that. That being said, I'm not sure he's a pedophile or a zoophile. There's no evidence to suggest that this guy is a pedophile or a zoophile, but he is arguing in favor of pedophilia in a drawn sense and bestiality and zoophilia because he believes that there might be an idea of consensual aspects to the animal kingdom for humans. Whatever. But the lolly defenses are sus as fuck. Thank you. Part of why his argument doesn't work is that murder, when it's drawn, isn't seen as a good thing, whereas a lot of sexual depictions in porn are meant to be for arousal, and so are interactions with animals and children. I actually don't have a problem with that. And yeah, the Reddit post is insanely bad. There's no defense, as animals aren't humans and can't provide consent. Good job, buddy. You're doing well. This is where he's going to lose you. I will say the worst point Rob made was about furries and anthropomorphic animals. What do you mean by that? That was pretty dumb, since cartoon animals are at least anthropomorphized to the point where they have human levels of intelligence. Okay, see, now you're losing me. You're losing me, buddy. Although, I still think it's weird to want to fuck Scar. I guess Scar could theoretically consent to it. See, he had me in this paragraph where I was like, yeah, you know what? You're making good points. You're making decent points. And then the last paragraph makes me want to, like, fucking lose my mind, okay? The only thing is that Adam does this society is hypocritical for caring about animal fucking when they eat me without realizing the argument can be turned back on him. Exactly. People who deny that furries are inherently sexual thing are either lying or totally deluded. True. A little confused, but he got the spirit, I guess. But then the last sentence makes me want to fucking, like, lose my mind. These are the kinds of, like, retards that are fighting within the realm of the YMS drama right now. Okay. Oh wait, we already watched this clip because fucking Smaggle posted it. Okay, I'm just gonna remove Smaggle. Here's another one. All right, here's another one. Now, think before you sleep. Is that a couple of controversies with the Illymation stuff? I do not agree with Illymation threatening to flag think before you sleep because he called her fat and made fun of her. That's not his fucking problem. I have no problem with think before you sleep. I really don't hate the guy. I'm really just neutral to him. I've never spoken to him before. But I want to read this post, okay, in the YMS Reddit, okay? Just a heads up about the commentary community. Ooh! I love posts like this where they warn the commentary, where they warn people about us, like we're some sort of amorphous blob that goes from community to community, just causing havoc and mayhem. Like, I love it. It's my favorite. If you watch the recent highlights video of Rob's Media, you're aware that Nicholas Fat-Ass Deorio is going to try to push this controversy to all of his friends, i.e. Turkey Tom, H3H3, etc. Turkey Tom does not give a shit. Probably. He's just doing his own thing. Nobody's spoken to Tom in forever outside of maybe just Nick. H3H3, I doubt that Nick and H3H3 are communicating that much, but maybe I'm wrong. And misrepresent or straight up ignore all the evidence going against him. What evidence? Like, literally, what evidence? Rob saying, hey, he has a not safe for work account. It's fucking disgusting over there. If you want to see it, you can check it out yourself, but I don't advise it. Like, where's the evidence? The commentary has already sent harassment towards Illymation because of a YouTuber, TBYS. Are you fucking kidding me? Harassment to Illymation. You do realize that Illymation even though it was criticized, proceeded to try and flag down the video, got people to mass flag the video, then proceeded to say that there was a doxing situation that happened caused by YMS. I mean, not Think Before You Sleep, which didn't happen in the context that Think Before You Sleep was involved with it in any sort of capacity. Like, I'm so sick and tired of the Illymation shit. Fucking Christ. Let's see here. Claimed her video on her personal struggles with weight loss was fat acceptance propaganda video. Yeah. Fat people are gross. Fat people are a health hazard. You should not be proud to be fat. You should lose the weight so you can live longer and not be a complete drain on society. Maybe if we stop being cool to fat people, we can actually build a society of healthy people, you know? Like, I have no problem to say I don't like fat people. I have no problem saying that. Like, fat people are funny. Okay? They are funny. I don't hate fat people. I find them kind of gross. All right? If you do nothing to, like, fix your actual, like, physical problems with your body, I don't like you. I think you're gross. I think you're a nasty piece of shit. That you are putting your body through the hell on earth that it's going through so that you'll die early and that your parents and kids will probably bury you early because you can't stop eating. Put the donuts down, fatty. Let's see here. I feel more sympathetic to the families. Tell that to Deorio. He knows my stance on fat people. Again, don't hate them. I just think it's gross. All right? I don't care. I just think it's gross. Let's see here. Leaves out evidence that goes against the idea made it derogatory. Despite this, all this commentary friends took this as an opportunity to dunk on Illymation until their fans proceeded to dox Illymation. Buddy, Think Before You Sleep doesn't... During that time frame, nobody talked to him. Nobody. It was that drama that picked up in the algorithm that the commentary community found out about it and then talked about it because there was false flagging gay ops happening.
When Super Earth was being invaded.
That's why he ignored me. Okay, Zeke. Let's see here. They've also used this as an opportunity to defend TBYS, a conservative grifter who has built an entire reputation on mocking people and spreading hate. Who cares that he's conservative? I know that I'm friendly with leftist people, and I don't care about their politics. I don't get why people just dial in on the political angle of shit. It's so aggravating. Like, don't you have, like, something better to do than just fucking care about the politics of somebody? Whatever, man. I'm already annoyed at this. While also spewing false information such as autism is not a real disability. That is a crazy line. I can admit that, but it's kind of funny. That is not to mention that in general, the commentary community is entirely fueled by spreading hate and outrage, and often in ways that align themselves with conservatives and grifters. What? Just because we like to make fun of people on the internet? Like, seriously. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like people really just don't understand what the commentary community really is. We fundamentally, as a group, as a collective, as a fucking community, which is dead, right? Let's just go the genre of commentary, because the community's dead. It's fucking dead. It's been dead for years. The genre of commentary, 99.9% of it is literally just making fun of people for their crash outs on their drama, making fun of stupid shit that we find on the internet, and then moving on with the day. Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit that we find it funny to laugh at people?
Wait a second. These people literally called Nick a fat ass and then within the same comment cried that Illymation was harassed for being fat.
Yep, not shocked. Not shocked by that. Everybody's a fucking hypocrite. Everybody mid. Everybody. You gotta recognize in your life that everybody is hypocritical to some fucking degree. Nobody is like completely consistent 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. It's not possible. The human condition does not allow that. But the thing is that if you're smart, you'll recognize that you'll be hypocritical in some points and recognize those points and do your hardest to correct that record. People like this, however, will scream about it, then do it anyways later, and then justify what they said later. This is why Adam's community is full of retards. This is why people on the Reddits are retarded, because they cry about this stuff and then they do it themselves a few days to a few hours later. And they don't recognize that they're a hypocrite in that moment and just go, you're attacking me for no reason. Like, bro, come on. Let me read TBYS's tweet, okay? To be clear, this is not the case today, But before I made that video exposing that terrorist supporter Illymation for trying to deplatform me, I was friendly with nobody in the commentary community. Nobody knew who the fuck this guy was until the drama. That's usually what happens. That's the craziest thing that these people don't understand that don't watch like drama content, is that these creators, when there is a drama happening, we talk to the creators. And once the drama's over, 99.9% of the time, we don't talk to them ever again because it's over. It's over. But if some of them want to hang out and want to get to know us, that's perfectly fine too. But like during this time frame, nobody knew who the fuck this guy was. They saw the drama and
New
then
donation
boom,
from Slug.
it's over. That's it. Slug just donated. Slug, I'm pretty sure you're unbanned from chat at this point, buddy. I'm like 99% sure. Thank you for the 5. Commentary is just a place for people yapping about other people doing things. Commentary is supposed to be this high-end thing that I am at the level of law enforcement reputable journalists. It's a bunch of morons on the internet yapping and thinking they are better. I wouldn't say better. I wouldn't say that. That's just me, though. I don't think I'm better than any of these people, but I actually... Wait, let me take that back. I believe I am a normal person compared to these people. Does that make sense? A normal person is better than the average guy that wants to have sex with an animal. We are better. I'll say it. We are better. From like a fundamental level, we are better. Because we're normal. Slug might not be, but like, you know, we're normal people. When we hear the words, hey, there's this guy that's trying to argue on behalf of consensual sex with animals, normal people hear that and go, you're a degenerate. You're worse than scum. You're a fucking degenerate freak. I'm better than that person by a metric mile. It's not a high bar, Vin. So here's some leaks. I don't know where my chat got this, okay? I don't know where the hell my chat got this from. My Discord got this from. But apparently Deorio leaked DMs with YMS. So I want to just show you this before we get into his fucking long-ass response. Which I'm just going to kill myself going over. YMS DMs Nicholas Deorio. You got it from Nick's Discord, Noid? Thank you. Ayo, someone said you're planning on doing a stream about Rob's dumb video at some point. I'm still not back in town yet, so my own response video won't be out for another week or two. Definitely before the end of the month, but hopefully this week, if I can move some things around. If it's not possible for you to wait until then, here's a Twitter. I'm here in Twitter DMs if you have any questions or need clarifications. Thanks. Hey, dude, you heard correctly. I'm probably going to start digging into this mess tonight. I think I've got the majority of your public responses on the docket that I will review. My intent is to provide as much context as possible, reviewing all information in a charitable fashion. Nick, this guy is a furry who is sexually attracted to the character Scar from The Lion King. I don't know why we're doing charitability here, but okay. I'm probably not going to wait 2 weeks because that's not really how I do this stuff. I will absolutely keep in mind that a response is coming and cover that when it's released. I was talking it over with Turkey Tom and Lord Vega and the other day. If you're interested, we'd also be happy to chat with you about the stuff on our podcast after your response comes out. This was before Nick watched Rob's video. Okay, fair enough. I appreciate it. Do you have a link to the podcast, Half Baked? Oh yeah, if possible, you should get an editor to create a version of Rob's video that blurs the adult Twitter page and username before reacting to it on your stream unless you're planning on setting it the video to 18+. Fuck you. The adult accounts I have are on websites that allow adult material, and the settings enabled to ensure that minors cannot access the media on those pages. I'm sorry, the Not Safe for Work Twitter account from what I saw was public. It was a public Twitter account. It was a public account. You didn't private it. That is a public-facing Twitter account. Huh? It is. You could just go there and see this guy's hole. So he's the one that left it public. That account can be accessed to minors at any time that are just scrolling Reddit, right? You can confirm this on your end by creating a new account with a fake date of birth if you like. If that account is on a device that has not searched for that username before, you'll see that it does not show up in autofill suggestions. That doesn't matter. It's still public. This means that people aren't finding it unless they already know it exists and have a username. Although I have always enabled every setting to prevent minors from accessing my page, I do still take issue with someone sharing usernames and screenshots on videos of all age platforms that don't allow adult content. Then why are you showing them how to access a furry porn website? Let's see here. I do still take issue with someone sharing. Okay, I already did this. Especially if it's in a video that's not age restricted. I feel as though Rob describing the adult content while showing images of the page and the username all age video was a huge ethical line that was crossed. Are you fucking retarded? Whether he is willing to admit it or not. I think that's a reasonable ethical line for me to have. I can't for the life of me understand why Rob has been so repeatedly insistent in keeping those usernames and images visible rather than just use the YouTube editor to blur it or set his video to 18 plus. But you said it was child grooming behavior. You didn't do the ethical line argument to Rob. You essentially said the words, this is child groomer behavior. You took it to another degree. That doesn't give you the right to start flagging people's YouTube accounts.
People like this try to argue this insane contrarian positions and then get mad when people think they sound like freaks.
Yeah, it's literally just the Voss situation all over again. We're just dealing with Vosh all over again. But instead of being friends, you know, instead of just being Vosh on his own, this guy's friends with Anissa and Ian, bro. I can't wait for Anissa to come out and try and defend Adam. I'm so excited for that. Let's see here. Like, legit, I don't understand what the point of him doing other than an attempt to direct traffic to my nudes. Nobody wants to send people to look at you getting railed by black bulls, bro. Nobody wants that. No, he didn't get exposed for bestiality, Slug. So, technically, he did in the current year. For years, he's been arguing on behalf of, like, consensual sex with animals. LMAO noticed how reasonable he acts in private to Nick, but in public, he will accuse of child grooming and flag your account. Yes, exactly. Again, I don't mind if adults see it. I take issue that he's sharing it to minors that easily lie about their age to access the page now, and maybe you shouldn't be posting shit like that if you're actually concerned about kids lying about their age, because they can lie about their age to access your stuff too. Like, I don't know what the fuck, like, this is bullshit what you're trying to argue here. Now that you know it's from the video. The first instance of the username being shown on screen is 3M2S. The second is 3 minutes 12 seconds. The second is 17:11. I forgot there are any others, and I'm on a plane. It's about to land, so I don't have time to check. Let me know if blurring those on your stream sounds reasonable. I plan to do the same thing for my own response. Appreciate it. Thanks. Just realized you're streaming in an hour. So sorry I didn't think of this until now. If you're unable to get an editor to do it in time, maybe just change the stream scene to the webcam only as you're coming up with those sections. Thanks. What a fucking loser. If you don't see this message after, I appreciate using YouTube editor to blur those sections. Why are you trying to tell people what to do? The fuck is wrong with you? So now, as you can see, he was panic DMing Deorio essentially the entire time while he's on a fucking plane, okay, which is just pathetic. So Adam, about what day is it? 2 days ago, put out a response to the drama currently, where myself, Kino Casino, Deorio, Rob's Media, Chud Logic, everybody who cares about this drama has been coming at him. So I'm curious where it goes with this.
Yeah, I guess I'll explain for people who didn't know.
What the fuck is on his nails? What is that? I thought he was gay, not non-binary or trans. I thought he was just gay. Look at these nails. What the fuck is this? They're sparkly nail paint. This haircut's from like 2010.
While I was at TIFF, within the first 24 hours of me showing up at TIFF, oh, no problem, BC, thank you.
Yeah, he literally looks like Anissa when she had the short hair. Gay men wear nails, Chris? Dude, I must be hanging out with like different gay people then, because every gay person that I am friends with, my family, they don't do this shit, okay?
Within the first 24 hours of me showing up at TIFF, a hit piece video gets released about me.
Is it really considered a hit piece? Is it though? You're the one that said I still stand by all of my takes. I don't have anything to hide. I stand by this stuff. Is it a hit piece when a guy just goes, hey, I was watching this guy for a while and I thought, fuck it, I'll put together a video involving all of his weird-ass controversies. I wouldn't designate this to be a hit piece. A hit piece is in regard to, like, content that's not out there and coming out for the first time ever.
And essentially the entire thing is just, like, copy and paste Kiwi Farms, right? Like, somebody read my Kiwi Farms thread. Zero skepticism.
Oh, here we go. Now we're going to be fighting. Now we He just read my Kiwi Farms thread. Pure evil. How dare he use that evil website, like Kiwi Farms. My God.
Accepted it all as fact. Meanwhile, they have, like...
He didn't accept it all as fact. He went to the actual websites that you left these comments up and even brought up stuff that you've been currently doing. So maybe he did use the farms as a reference point to point him in directions. This is the thing that people are fucking annoying about with the farms, right? Like, a lot of people that make these kinds of, like, documentarian style videos on weirdos on the internet and go on the farms to find information. And farmers know what I'm talking about because I have a few of them in my chat. Shinji's one of them. And Shinji knows what the hell I'm talking about, all right? when creators go in, sometimes they'll do one-for-one rips, right?
I wonder how his relationship with his dad is.
Probably not great. But normally, those threads are 99% of people arguing over shit that they found or giving their takes on it. Or sometimes the information might not be as well put together as they would hope to be. So there are things missing. Things might be inaccurate. So you need to use it as a reference point for information and then confirm said information. There's nothing wrong with using the farms as a reference point. I'm so sick of people being like, oh, they use Kiwi farms. Like, who cares? Who gives a shit?
You know, top 10 Sam Hyde moments on their channel, and their Instagram is a picture posing with him. And it's like, okay, well, if you're...
Wow. Okay. So he has an issue with Rob liking the show Fish Tank. Hate Sam Hyde all you want, but if Rob's a fan of Fish Tank, Rob's a fan of Fish Tank. And if he likes Sam Hyde in Fish Tank and gets a photo with Sam Hyde in Fish Tank, I don't really have a problem with it. I do know that there's some weird shit going on with Sam right now, so I'm not, like, saying Sam's a fucking good person and shit. I'm just saying, like, I don't care.
You're going to take Kiwi Farms just at face value, then, like, you know, don't they have a thread accusing him of being a pedophile? Like, isn't there, like, a bunch of shit about it? Like, anyway.
That is all entirely false, made by Bad Empanada, you fucking idiot. Bad Empanada is literally known as a legitimate sociopathic bad faith actor that if you go after him will make shit up about you on the spot. He'll direct people to go and send CPS to homes, I don't know about swatting, doxing people, all this shit. You are listening to a guy that is known to be 100% unadulterated, evil, bad faith shit. There is a difference between Rob talking about the things that you did publicly and you taking the word of a man that literally is known to make shit up to fight political opponents. Hassan even dropped him.
So that's already kind of weird. So they released this video of me while I'm at TIFF. I don't even know about it.
Which, by the way, he tried to argue that Rob purposely put out this video while he was on vacation. Like, Rob was supposed to fucking know the exact day and time and that he was afraid to have YMS respond to him. I've seen Rob get into slap fights with people way more toxic and way worse than you, YMS, and he doesn't care. He wants you to respond to this shit. You're the idiot that fell for the bait and responded to it. And then you tried to say, oh, well, Rob did this on purpose while I'm on vacation. I bet you money Rob didn't do it for that reason.
Until like 3 days into it. And the only reason I find out about it is because I'm getting messages on my phone being like, you're a pedophile, posted to my Facebook. I'm like, what? And I'm noticing like, you know, other comment notifications, very unhinged, very like...
Why are you paying attention to the random fucking commenters that obviously don't like you off the bat? You know this. You know this. Like, you've been on the internet long enough. You fought with Null, for fuck's sake. You know if random comments start coming out of nowhere, you don't fucking take them seriously. You look at the actual video. Like, I don't know. God damn it.
Like, legit, it seemed like minors. Just the way that...
YMS is now saying he wants to sue Kino Casino. For what? I watched their coverage. They just said he's a freak. He's gonna sue them because they said he's a freak? And that being a furry is a weird fucking thing? Are you serious? Does YMS just want to give Andy and fucking PPP another payday like fucking Anissa and Ian did?
You know, the way... excuse me. The way that they were talking. Generally, the type of people to, you know, go on a weird tirade and accuse... you know, show up to someone's page and start a thing like that. Generally, those people tend to be minors. And so I'm like, okay.
No. What the fuck are you talking about? There are people that are grown fucking adults that leave comments like those all over the internet. It's not just the majority of them being minors. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Wait a minute. So he's saying the only people that would ever write a comment that is mean on the level that he got are kids. And he is just... Where's the evidence of that? Did you look up their fucking Facebook profiles and go, yeah, that's a minor. Yeah, that's a minor. Yeah, that's a minor. Did you do any of that?
What's going on? And so I ask, you know, my editors, like, is there something that's going around? Because I don't even know what this is. They're like, okay, yeah, this video has been going around. I look at it. It's got like at least 50,000 views by this point. And it's from a channel that has like almost 100K subs. And so, you know, videos like this have been made for my entire time on the internet.
That's a problem that you've allowed this to continue or that you did this in the first place. Do you not see the issue, Adam, that you have some weird shit that you said, and it is going to follow you forever because it's the fucking internet. It will never go away.
You know, not start.
If you have responded to this to 1,000 times in a row, you don't need to respond to it again. You just link people the original response and go, hey, I already addressed all this stuff. Here it is. That's it. You don't need to get into a slap fight with Deorio, with the community. You don't have to get into a slap fight with other commentary creators. You don't have to sue Keto Casino. You just go, hey, here's my response to all this stuff. This shit has been dead forever, and you move the fuck on. If you didn't do half of the shit that you just did, nobody would care.
Out. But as soon as I was like big enough for it to be a thing,
Chris, don't tell him to.
but this one was getting a good amount of traction, as in, you know, it was. I knew about it because of the comments that I was getting. People were saying that I should, you know, answer for, I guess, my thought crimes, which my thought crimes are not even the.
They're not thought crimes, all right? You're not just thinking that in your head. You're writing that on the internet, and I wouldn't consider it a. I would consider the action of doing it 100% a crime, but you trying to debate it is just the weirdest fucking shit imaginable. You shouldn't be having debates like that because it is disturbing. It is degenerate. It is something that no normal person would ever want to debate in their life.
Accusations, they're not even like... Okay, I'll just explain from the beginning. So I'm the type of person where I have always valued the concept of free speech and open expression, right?
I'm so fucking sick of this free speech shit. Oh my god, the right and the left are pissing me off about this free speech shit. Holy fuck. Okay, buddy, you need to understand one fundamental fucking thing, right? Free speech allows us to say what you are doing is an affront against God. It's an affront against humanity. You are a degenerate furry freak. That is free speech. We are allowed to do that, just like you are allowed to write, hey, having sex with animals, most people shouldn't be arrested for it just because you think it's weird. What if the animal consented to it? We have the right to say you're a freak.
My core audience knows this. My core audience knows that I'm a person that like finds a lot of value in philosophy, right? And a lot of...
Bro, you're a fucking YouTuber. Shut up. You're a fucking movie review tuber. My audience really cares about philosophy. Dude, you review movies. What is with YouTubers having this fucking ego, dude? What is with like the older YouTubers having this ego where they're like, my audience really values like highbrow conversations, and it's like, bro, what? Like, you're a fucking idiot on the internet with a microphone. And arguing about fucking animals is not a philosophy people need to fucking care about or should accept.
Moral, ethical, philosophical discussions. And that I'm the type of person that promotes the idea that, like, in most cases, it's not like black and white, you know?
Yes, it is. You have sex with an animal, you go to jail. That's black and white. There shouldn't be a gray area for this. We shouldn't be okay with this as a fundamental fucking society, as a species. We shouldn't be okay with the idea of an individual wanting to have sex with an animal. We shouldn't be okay with people that have predilections for depictions of children in sexualized manners. We shouldn't be okay with people that have any sort of predilection to wanting to have sex with children. These are not gray areas. These are zero tolerance areas. We should not be okay with this.
Nuance to most things. There's gray areas to most things.
Listen, officer, it's a nuanced gray area. The dog was asking for it.
Right? And so if somebody has the position of like, oh no, 100% this, then I'm the type of person to go like, well, you know, there might be a scenario. It's possible, right, that it's not 100%. Here's an example of something.
This is what we call a contrarian, for contrarian's sake. This is a guy that lives and breathes the idea that you need to be a contrarian because people say, hey, there's this thing that society is like 100% not on board with. You need to understand that. Now, I understand that there have been previous aspects of that that mindset used for, like, you know, gay marriage and stuff like that, which I think is ridiculous. Gay marriage is a thing. We should be happy for people that just want to be themselves and be happy with other people. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with gay people, any of that shit. And I understand that a lot of people that were using ignorant talking points were using what I'm saying here to argue against that stuff. The thing is, though, is that we should have a zero tolerance policy for child rape, depictions of sexualized children, and having sex with animals, and depictions of having sex with animals for people to get off to. We shouldn't be okay with this. This is the line. This is the line. There's no debate. This is the fucking line. There's no debate. This is the line. We should not cross this line, but you do because you're a contrarian.
Fitting into the 1% or whatever, right? And so various...
Check DMs. His fetish list on fur affinity. I'm so scared. I'm not pulling it up on stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? What am I reading? I'm not showing this on screen. There's no porn or anything, but like, I don't want to get flagged by these retards. Let me just read his fur affinity page to you guys and his fetishes. Let's see here. Anal on males, anal on females, breasts, breast expansion, weight gain, bondage, clothing, leather, stocking, shoe boots, suit and tie, muscle male, muscle female, harem, club, baby/diaper, transformation, macro micro, impregnation, pregnancy, lactation, anal vor, soul vor, cock vor, standard soft vor, standard hard vor, paw and foot, incest, Yuri. I can't read that one, it's too blurry. Hetero, bi, girly boys, butch girls, mind control, rape, uniform, orgy, subbing/dominating, biting, cheesecake, solo masturbation, scat, inflation, fat/pudge, tack, water sports, glasses, tentacles, Avi possessions, masochism, sadism, multiple body parts, partial nudity, gore, snuff, hyper, zoophile, electricity, she-males, cross-dressing, spunk spray, oral, asphyxiation, wet look, mud quicksand, sinking spooge, body paint plants. What, Lago? What are you saying wait for? I'm just curious what Lago means by this.
Cheers, my dude. Love ya. No homo.
I accidentally had you on speaker while you read all of that. My coworker is dying laughing.
I hope they're having fun. I'm just curious. Interesting, no? That's their fur affinity page. Just putting it out there. What the fuck is this? What's the plus and minuses for? Can somebody explain to me what the plus and minus is? Maybe he's not into all of this, but he's like listed it. I don't know how fur affinity works. So like next to it, like I'll just show you. There's like pluses and then there's like some kind of weird squiggle line. Is that like significant on the fur affinity pages? I don't know what the hell any of that is. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Zalton.
Various subjects have been...
Turn on and offs. I don't know what any of that mean. That's dislikes. Are you sure? So maybe he isn't into everything that I read, so I will apologize to Adam. So let's just go over the pluses. Anal on males is 3 pluses. Anal on females is like a squiggle line. There's a legend at the top. Legend, all right, whatever. Not cool. Oh wait, stop it. What? Oh, okay. Let me reread this then. I want to be fair to Adam. Okay, I don't want to fucking put things on him that he isn't actually like fucking doing. Okay, so it looks like triple plus is fuck yeah, double plus is all right, plus is cool, squiggle line is like whatever, one line is dash lines is not cool, triple lines is oh god stop it, 3 question marks is what? Okay, I'll read it out again. All right. Anal on males, 3 pluses. Anal on females, that's a whatever from him. Breasts are a whatever from him. Breast expansion is a whatever from him. Weight gain is a whatever from him. Bondage, 2 pluses. Clothing and a whatever. Leather, he says that's not cool. Stockings is whatever. Shoe and boots is whatever. Suit and tie is whatever. Muscle male is 2 pluses. Muscle female is a whatever. Herm is a plus. I don't know what the fuck herm is. Cub is 2 lines, which is not cool. So he's not into cub porn. Okay, he's not into that. Gotta be fair to you, Adam. All right, I'm being fair here. I'm correcting myself in real time, bud. Let's see here. Where were we? Baby diaper. Wait, what do you mean by Wait a minute. So he wrote, 2 dashes, he wasn't cool with cub, but he has 1 dash for I don't know why that's not a, oh god, stop it, but okay. Where are we? Transformation is like an F from him. Macro micro, impregnation is an F for him. Pregnancy is an F from him. Lactation is and whatever is a whatever from him. Pregnancy is a Anal vor is a whatever. Soul vor is a whatever. Cock vor is a Standard soft vor is a whatever. Standard hard vor is a whatever. Paw/foot is that's cool. So we put a plus next to that one. Incest is a whatever from him. I don't know how you have a whatever for incest. I feel like you should say absolutely not. Like okay. Like I don't know how there's a whatever one there. Yuri is a F from him. Yowie, male to male, is absolutely awesome for him. Hetero is a whatever from him. Bi is a whatever. Girly boys is absolutely amazing for him. Butch girls is an eh. Mind control is a that's cool. Isn't that like a form of rape? Oviposition. I don't know what oviposition is. That one's an F from him. Masochism is an F, is like a whatever from him. Sadism is a whatever from him. Multiple body parts is a whatever for him. Partial nudity is great for him. Gore is a F from him. Snuff is an F for him. Hyper is good. Zoophilia is an F from him. I mean, a whatever from him. He puts zoophilia as a whatever from him. Whatever. I'm looking at the legend right now. Electricity is a whatever from him. She-males is good for him. Cross-dressing, good for him. Skunk spray is not cool. Where are we? Oral is amazing for him. And asphyxiation is an F from him. Wet look is good for him. Mud and quicksand is an F from him. Sinking is an F. Spooge is great. Body paint is an F. Plants is an F. Or is a whatever. Excuse me, not an F. A whatever. So he's got a lot of, I don't like this, but it's kind of weird that the zoophilia one is a whatever. I don't know how you have a whatever for that. You should be like, no. There's no middle ground for that. Some of you probably don't know these things, but I know some of you do, so I need something to post. Adam. Jesus Christ, dude.
I think I need a drink. Or all of the drinks. Tired face emoji. Tired face
It's
emoji,
whatever because he defends it. That's
emoji,
so weird.
Tired face emoji.
Kind of tracks from the old guard of furries, not gonna lie. I guess it's just fucking weird, Lago. It's just not normal.
Requested for me to give my position.
I wouldn't put zoophilia as a whatever when you're talking about things that you get turned on by.
On.
I know that's not him saying he's attracted to it, but putting it as whatever is like, that is weird.
In Twitch chat or whatever, like live streaming, playing games, these subjects include abortion, right? Assisted suicide, drug legalization, like many countless controversial topics that me as an early 20-something-year-old, when my audience, the amount of people watching my Twitch stream was like 30 concurrent viewers, which,
it doesn't matter what you were back in that day. It didn't matter. People still shit on you back in that day for it. And now that it's coming to a new audience and you are trying to fight people on it, instead of just doing what you initially should have done, has been like, I already addressed all this stuff. Go back and watch my original response. I will not be responding further. If you just did that, it wouldn't have created the Streisand effect that it's at now.
Not that different from today, I guess. But, I get distracted if TTS is on. Whatever, I'll keep going. Many controversial subjects.
Oviposition is like getting eggs laid in the person like some animal reproducing. That, why the fuck? Why did I read that? Why did I read that? Why did I read that? Why did I read that?
And people would feel comfortable asking me about these subjects, right? And I was comfortable just speaking my mind. So one of these controversial subjects is animal welfare, specifically like human-animal sexual interactions, right? And my position has always been...
Has always been? Is it still that position?
Even though I would like it not to happen, even though I don't like that thing, I have no interest in it, and I would prefer if other people don't do it.
But you listed it on your fur affinity as whatever, instead of being like, no.
Give me a world, where no people are doing that versus a world where people are doing that. I would choose the world where no people are doing that, right? That's always been my position.
That's good that your position is that people shouldn't be, it shouldn't exist, but this is the problem. You're going to add the suffix of whatever, however. You're going to add the position of however. That sentence should have ended right there. Just say it's wrong.
However, I do find it stupid.
Here we go.
That many of our legal policies regarding this issue are not based on the welfare of the animal, right?
If you're having sex with an animal, the welfare of that animal is being harmed by the individual committing the act on said animal. Like, the whole idea is to punish the person for doing something like that, and it is considered animal abuse. That is caring for the welfare of the animal.
And so if you look at the things that we consider to be acceptable, ignoring the meat industry, right?
I'm not doing the Vosh thing again. I'm not doing it again. I'm not no. I'm not doing the Vosh thing again. When Vosh did the whole like, oh, well, your iPhone was made by kids, so why are you outraged by child porn? Like, come on. I'm not doing this again.
So literally just animal breeders, and you can do that for fun, right? You don't have to be a licensed animal breeder. You can just be someone that's like, I would like to play God. I would like to combine these two animals into another one, right? That's legal, socially acceptable.
Because it's between animals. I understand that it's forced geneticism, but here's the thing, right? Here's the difference, right? There is a need for people to do breeding, eat food, all that shit, right? There is not a thing in the world that you can say that can convince me that human beings have an inherent need to give a blowjob or fuck a dog in the ass. You can't convince me that there is an inherent need for human society to be able to suck a dog's dick and fuck it in the ass. There is nothing that you could do to convince me that that is an okay thing to do. Nothing.
In order to do that, like, they sexually interact with the animal, right?
What? Are the breeders having sex with the animals? What the fuck I'm sorry, did I just hear that right? Hold on.
It's like, I would like to play God. I would like to combine these two animals into another one, right? That's legal, socially acceptable. In order to do that, like, they sexually interact with the animal, right?
Are you telling me that the breeder's in the fucking, like, he's banging the dogs with the dog? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is not a debatable fact. Like, this is real life. It's happening right now.
What?
There are podcasts of, like, doctors talking about the different ways they do it. They opt to do it usually by jerking off the animal because it is less harmful for the animal than letting them do it themselves. Like, this is true, right? This is verified, scientific, not debatable, right?
Because that is, oh my God, it's not a means of pleasuring the animal. It's not a means of you, dude, oh my God, I'm actually losing my shit. Buddy, there's a difference between the commercial insemination of animals for breeding purposes versus you getting your rocks off and busting a nut inside of an animal. There is two totally different fucking things.
And so that same action, right? If somebody is doing it but has a different thought in their head, right? If their thought isn't, oh, I'm going to take this semen and force another animal to be pregnant because I think it's funny or whatever, and I just would like to play God. If that's not their thought, but their thought is instead, oh, this is hot or whatever, people believe that person should be in jail.
Yes! Because they are getting off sexually on abusing the animal that cannot consent.
Which, if you believe that, that's fine, right? But just admit that you want them to be in jail for a thought crime, right? You want them to be in jail.
It's not a thought crime. If somebody goes out, buys a German Shepherd puppy, and then rapes that puppy, that's not a thought crime. That's not just them thinking about it. That's them acting upon it.
Because of what was happening in their brain, not because of the welfare of the animal, right? If it was because of the welfare of the animal, then you would also...
Love ya. No homo.
I'll say this again. This argument is never used for predator animals like bears. It's always dogs and horses.
True.
believe that other people should be in jail for doing the same thing. Again, not even considering the meat industry, not even considering that. So, so that's been my argument. And then the second argument with animal welfare is more of a philosophical one where people have asked me, how is it possible for an animal to consent to a human being, right? And my answer was the same way it consents to another animal. Now, people have interpreted that as me saying animals want to have sex with human beings and therefore it's all good or whatever. People have interpreted that as me saying all actions, sexually towards animals are permissible because of that. That is not my position. My position is that,
okay,
sure, it's possible, right? So when someone presents me with...
How do you say what you just said and now we're here where it's like, I'm not really saying that, but it's maybe possible. It's like, whoa, what are you doing?
This is 1000% not possible. And I go, okay, well, it's probably possible based on, I don't know, look on any Reddit thread about dolphins, right? One of the most upvoted comments will be dolphins rape people. I don't know, like, that's not informed consent, but they're clearly doing a thing, right? They're initiating a sexual interaction, right, with a human being. Otherwise, we wouldn't be saying dolphins raping people. We would say...
What are you talking about? If you're just swimming in the ocean and a dolphin just pulls up and starts fucking you, that's rape. That's bad. That's not consensual. That's a bad thing. Ducks rape other ducks. What are you talking about?
The humans raping a dolphin, right? If you look up, like, I don't know, anything about ostrich farmers and the relationship that they have with ostriches, right? Like, there are species of animals where they literally won't reproduce unless the human being is around. And that might be a result of domestication, obviously, right? In the wild, that doesn't
That is a result of domestication. They have been conditioned for that. That is domestication.
happen. With ostriches, it appears to be something where like they see the human as like the alpha or something. Like there's a bunch of different examples, right? So I've said things like, you know, things that are a part of our common knowledge in pop culture, like America's Funniest Home Videos, right? There'll be a clip of like, oh, a woman fell down a hill, and then the dog just starts humping her. And so my response is the dog not consenting to some sort of sexual act?
No, it's a dominance. Oh, how does he not know this? Does he not have a dog? Has he never trained a dog in his life? It's a dominance factor. Dogs are predators, okay? They are animals. If we let them in the wild, we'll find a way to start surviving and eating other animals to survive. There is a dominance factor. There is a pack factor with dogs in particular. It's not a sexual thing when they see their owner on the ground. It's a fucking dominance thing.
By doing a sexual act on the human, right? Sure, it's not informed consent, right? And that doesn't mean, oh, dog's humping you, therefore you can do something else to it. I never said that, right? I'm saying that the act in of itself that the animal is doing is one that it is consenting to, right? By their version.
It is trying to show dominance. There's not a consent factor. The dog just didn't waddle up and then nudge the owner and go, hey, are you cool with me humping on your back while you're laying on the ground because you fell down? There's no consent there. The dog just does it.
Version of consent, not by my version of consent, which is informed consent. So my standard for the people that I have sex with is informed consent. Not just informed consent, actually, enthusiastic consent, right? Like, I'm a fucking sub. Like, I literally can't get off to people that don't want me. I find it unattractive for people to be stupid by human standards, right? So,
what?
like, yeah, people twisting this into just because.
That was the dumbest fucking sentence I've ever. No shit, you're gonna be into people that are into you, like
wants to be a horse.
I just no shit, buddy.
Because I have a belief that yeah, it's probably possible based on not informed consent, but whatever.
Do you see the amount of mental gymnastics that you have to go through, Adam, just to justify this conversation? Do you see all the gymnastics that you have to like jump through, or hoops you have to jump through, or argumentations you have to build upon to like argue in favor of this stuff, or at least a position on this stuff? You're going too many layers deep. This is why it's a problem.
Version of consent that animals have, which I would assume they have to be able to have, unless we're to say that every animal having sex with other animals is like two animals having sex with each other. That's not right. Like maybe we'll say that it's if it's like ducks or whatever, but like we're not saying that every instance of every animal having sex with each other is.
Are you kidding? If there's a lone female in heat, the alpha will just jump onto the female. Sometimes the females don't want to have sex with them and they run away. Sometimes, here's an example of seals, right? There's the beach master, the alpha, or walrus, or whatever the fuck. I think seals. There are sneaky males. There are males that will sneak up to females in heat while the beach master's not paying attention and rape them so that their genetic lineage passes on, even though they are the beach master's fucking like harem or whatever. Like, buddy, it's rape in the animal kingdom. Their animals like, duh, why is he giving them human traits? I don't know, Lemur. Bro, this guy, Lemur, this guy, bro. He called Rob's Media, like he said Rob's Media has child groomer behavior because he talked about Rob showed his not safe for work Twitter account where he posts like videos of him getting railed, and Scar from The Lion King get a dildo shoved up his ass. But somehow Rob is a potential child groomer, or child groomer coded because Rob talked about that on his YouTube video. Lemur, how does that make fucking sense? Think about that, dude. As somebody that covers lolcows all the time, has that thought ever crossed your mind? What this guy's arguing against? That he says, well, you showed that stuff. You showed the username, so technically you are putting kids in harm's way. Does that make any fucking sense to you? It doesn't for me.
Has that position, correct? Therefore, they have some version, their own version of consent, right? That they are capable of. So, again, it's not informed consent, right? It's not the human standard of consent. I was only ever talking about the perspective of the animal, which people who get really fucking emotional about this just forget or don't have the ability to wrap their heads around, right? So
because we shouldn't be giving human aspects to animals. We are better than the animals. That is why we are here. That is why you're allowed to sit on your computer, make money talking to a microphone to idiots that are willing to give you money. That is why we're better than the animal. We are better than the animal. Always have been. We rose to the top of the food chain because we are superior to animals.
So, yeah, that's all my position on animal welfare shit is the laws are contradictory. Doesn't mean I want it to happen and doesn't mean it should.
The laws are contradictory. Animal farming and animal breeding is not the same as somebody who walks up to a dog and goes, damn, that looks good. It's not the same. It is not the same under any circumstance.
Animals don't have an understanding of morality. They don't understand what they are doing.
Should happen, right? Just they appear to be based out of disgust for what's happening in someone's brain rather than actual concern for the animal. And I would like it if.
So my question is, would you make that argumentation for pedophiles? Seriously, I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying you're a pedo, Adam. I'm not saying any of that shit, right? But here's my argumentation point. If somebody has in their head the idea that they are sexually attracted to children, and then they start consuming things that give them the same stimulation that they would for the sexual predilection that they have for a child, lolicon, shotacon, and then they get tired of that, and then they go out into the world and rape a child. Is it wrong for us, before that person even does anything involving to the kid, is it wrong for us to consider that person disgusting, deranged, something that shouldn't be allowed in normal society? Are we not allowed to think that? Are we not allowed to be disgusted with that kind of person? I'm curious what your thoughts are on that, Adam.
If people were honest with themselves, right? And then consent, like, sure, it's possible, right? It's not informed consent. It's not my standard for consent, but it seems possible, right? It seems like they have their own version. I don't see why that's such a big deal for me to have said that. Anyway, third thing, I guess second thing.
Because you're arguing that there is a possibility of somebody and an animal being able to have sex with no consequences. That is why people have the issue.
There were two parts to the animal one, but third thing that's now floating around as of, I guess, the past year. Something that I haven't talked about for...
Great question, Lemur. I was thinking the same thing. Some people in my chat were saying gay people put on nails like this. I'm like, bro, I know a lot of gay people, and none of them put on fake nails.
For over a decade, and I honestly forgot I even, like, said this, because the clip's so old. Like, over 10 years... I don't even know how long it was. It was like... No, it has to have been like 10 years ago.
Yeah, we're talking about the unlisted clip where you're saying that drawn child porn shouldn't be illegal.
Anyway, my position, somebody asked me what I think of, like, the ethics of lolly, whether or not it should be illegal, right? And I said, yeah, lolly should be legal. What I should have said is...
No, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. Hold on. Can somebody get me the clip, please? Killjoy, if you're here, I need you to find me the clip of what he specifically said in that unlisted stream on Rob's video. If you can find that for me, I'd really appreciate it, dude, because that's not what he said. I'm pretty sure the question was, do you believe that drawn CP should be illegal? And he said no. It wasn't just lolicon. He said fictional CP. Yes, thank you, Logo. The exact verbiage was fictional CP. We are changing the wording now.
At least decriminalize, right? I don't know. Like, I was in my early 20s, but I essentially have the same position where...
What?
If there are only consenting adults involved in an action, even if that action is someone drew something that is disgusting, that I think is disgusting, that most of us think are disgusting and offensive, right? If the action only involves consenting adults, I don't think people should go to jail for it, right?
Buddy, it's somebody drawing a child character sexualized for the consumption of another adult to get off to the artwork of it being a child. Here's the clip. Thank you, Shinji.
Should animated child porn be legal? Yes, it should be. You shouldn't be able to go to jail for drawing something, even if it's, like, disgusting and people don't agree with it. Yeah, that's...
I'm really curious. How do you feel about the Shadman art involving Keemstar's daughter, Daphne Keene? How do you feel? How do you feel about that, Adam? Because if this is a defense of Shadman, those were two real children, and Shadman had an obsession with Daphne Keene. That wasn't because somebody commissioned him to do that artwork. It's because he drew that artwork because he had a sexualized obsession with Daphne Keene. He said she is a real-life lolly. What about someone like that, Adam?
That doesn't mean I think it should be celebrated. That doesn't mean I would like more of that to exist, right? That doesn't mean I would like it to be out in public and available like on a fucking grocery store shelf. That just means I, as a principled person, right?
Principled? You're a degenerate. That's not a principle. That's degeneracy.
With strong feelings about like harm.
Yes, Daphne Keene, the child from the movie Logan, when she was a child. She was like 13 or 14 in that movie. And Shadman drew her getting raped and pissed on because, and I quote directly from Shadman, she is like a real life lolly. I am obsessed with her. And then drew her getting raped and pissed on. Her family and the media studio had to step in to force Shadman to stop drawing this shit. Adam, if you had a child, would you be okay with your daughter being drawn that way? Based on your argumentation, would you be okay with somebody privately drawing your daughter getting fucked as a child and then sent to another person for them to jerk off to? Would you be okay with that if you had a kid? I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be no.
Harm reduction, when you put people in jail for the rest of their lives, that's causing harm, right? If someone is doing something that only involves other consenting adults, they should not go to jail. Now, if you come up with a scenario and you go, well, what about this? And your example involves someone else who is not a consenting adult, then obviously that's not what I'm talking about, right?
Doesn't
As soon as you come up with a scenario that involves something,
this is like actually this is really just fucking like I'm struggling. I'm struggling to get through this.
Someone else who is not a consenting adult, then they should go to jail or face some sort of consequences. Like, I don't know, like it's clearly not a black and white issue, right?
Yes, it is. It always has been and always will be. We, as a normal fucking society, should not be okay with that shit. Japan shouldn't be okay with lolicon. They shouldn't be okay with sexualization of minors. They shouldn't. They're even working on that as a country. Did you know that? They raised the age of consent. They're looking into the idea of this stuff being wrong. That all happened very recently.
You know, if some people are saying they don't believe that there's a single person on the planet that's attracted to like anime characters.
What kind of anime characters though, Adam? Children?
That isn't also like attracted to children or whatever? I don't know if I believe that, right? Like I don't believe that everybody that wants to fuck Twilight Sparkle wants to fuck a real horse, right?
I don't know how you don't.
I'm very smart and principled, he types one-handedly.
True.
I want to fuck Scar from The Lion King. I don't want to fuck a real lion. So it's really easy for...
Do you hear what you just said? I want to fuck Scar from The Lion King, but I don't want to fuck a real lion. He is a drawn lion. That is not an anthropomorphic animal. That is a lion animated. Lemur, you have no idea. Lemur. Here, like seriously. Serious question to Lemur in chat. Do you know who Dark Viper is? This is totally off. It's on topic. I'm just curious if you know who Dark Viper AU is, Lemur. Because this guy and Dark Viper argue and post exactly the same. Paragraphs upon paragraphs arguing the most minutia bullshit imaginable to try and justify their positions. Lemur, you will absolutely love looking into Adam and Dark Viper. Just putting it out there, bro.
For me, you know, to imagine what it would be like to be another person who's not me and be like, oh, okay, there's probably people out there, right, who might be attracted to like fucking...
I can't believe I'm typing this, but I prefer Dark Viper. You know what? You know what, Zoltan? I kind of agree with you on that. I kind of agree with you on that. I actually prefer Dark Viper versus this guy.
I don't know, Doki Doki Literature Club? Is that... No, that's not... What was I even talking about? Lucky Star? Just think, I don't know, some anime where it's like, I don't even know if...
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to go over the Dark Viper stuff because I don't feel like getting flagged down, but he put out a video like crashing out on some guy. Lieber, here's a crash course on Dark Viper content.
Why can you not stop lying? Please stop lying! What is wrong with you? Like every single thing in this fucking video, your newest video is a lie!
Crash course. All you need is 10 seconds and you got everything you need to know about him.
I don't even know. It really depends on the person's mind, right? And so, you know, guaranteed, there are people out there who are attracted to Twilight Sparkle and real horses. Guaranteed those people exist. Does that mean everyone attracted to Twilight Sparkle is attracted to real horses? No, right? Like there's Venn diagrams you can make, and there's people outside. There's people that fit in the middle.
This is the most porn addicted argumentation point I've ever heard in my entire life. Dark Viper's lolcow crash out. Oh, you have no idea, dude. You have no idea. You have no fucking idea, Lemur. There is so much lore on Dark Viper. You will have a field day going through it. The stuff that I had to do to like get past his copyright abuses. I had to make an AI version of Tipster to just rip Dark Viper's videos. We literally edited Tipster in talking instead of Dark Viper, and then changed the voice to make it sound like it had Tipster's, like a Tipster version of an Australian accent, and then made his we recreated his video but with Tipster in it and removed his face and all of his shit in the video other than the evidence he was presenting to like actually cover him. Like we put in effort to get past his gay copyright strikes.
Right? Like not everyone's the same. So I have to, just as a thinking person that doesn't want people to have their lives ruined for consenting activities between adults, I have to extend that logic to other people other than just myself. I have to.
That doesn't make any sense. If there are two consenting human adults that are having sex with each other, male on male, female, male, I don't know, male 3 female, it doesn't matter, right? That's fine. No problem with it. Within reason, right? If they're like dressing up like kids or something, it's fucking weird and I will shit on that, right? But like if it's two consenting adults banging each other, I have no fucking problem. I don't care. It's when you start trying to justify other shit to try and create some sort of contrarian argument that, well, we're okay with this stuff, why aren't we okay with this stuff? It just makes you sound like you're in favor of that stuff. It's fucking terrible. You should not be arguing this stuff.
To be like, okay, well, I know that I don't want to fuck a real lion because they're fucking stupid and unhygienic, right? Like there are qualities about
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
That logic to other people other than just myself. I have to be like, okay, well, I know that I don't want to fuck a real lion because they're fucking stupid and unhygienic, right? Like
that's the line. That's the line. That's the line. That's the fucking line. It's not that it's an animal. It's that they are stupid and unhygienic. That's the line. That's that's the line. Are you fucking kidding?
There are qualities about real lions that I find so unattractive that I cannot get a boner, right? Like there are
and the two you listed in the beginning was that they're just dumb and unhygienic. Not that it's an animal, not that it's like a gigantic thing that'll murder you if you even try to get near it. Like
qualities inherent to real life animals that are so unattractive that the only reason I can get off to cartoon half animal, half humans is because those features don't exist there, right? So
do you understand how fucking weird that sounds? That you're just like, yeah, well, you know, I can't get off to animals, but I could get off to animal-human hybrids. Like, do you understand how fucking crazy you sound? You don't sound like a normal person making some sort of rationalized argument. You sound like a guy defending your degeneracy. Like, how can you say this with such confidence?
So it's so fucking weird because I made this argument in the comments section for that video.
You left like 40 fucking comments on that video alone.
I tried to come up with like a thought experiment because, you know, I'm the type of person where it's like, okay, I'm already a furry. It's not that difficult to understand that because I know that myself, right? Like I know how that works in my own brain when it comes to lions, right? I'm attracted to Scar for the combination of human and animal features. I am.
What human and animal let me pull up Scar real quick. Holy fuck. Okay. What about this has human features? What about this has a human feature to it? What about this is human? Is it because he talks? Is it because they emote his face? What is human about this? Somebody really try and argue with me where the fucking humanity is in this thing. It's a fucking animal in a children's movie that can talk.
I'm not attracted to a real lion. So it's very easy for my brain to understand how this works, right? But I understand that, you know, like normies, people who, you know.
Yeah, normal people. Like, you know, the people that exist on the planet that take up the majority of society, the people that keep the lights on, the people that matter, not porn-addicted internet freaks, but like.
You know, get off to, let's say Scarlett Johansson, right? Let's say Scarlett Johansson is what you get off to. My thought experiment is, okay, if you're attracted to Scarlett Johansson, or whatever you're attracted to, like think about this in your head, right? Be honest with yourself be super critical. Like, genuinely give this a shot. Are you still attracted to Scarlett Johansson if you remove features of intelligence, hygiene, right? Communication, right? So she can't communicate with you. She literally has the brain of a child or animal, right? Walking around with a
Nobody's gonna be attracted.
Someone keep this man away from Leo Convoy.
Dude, oh my god. What is a human being? The other is an animal. You are trying so hard to merge these conversations together, and it does not work. It does not work. Obviously, if somebody has the brain of a fucking child, you shouldn't be attracted to that individual. If they can't consent, you cannot have sex with that person. Like, just like an animal, if they cannot communicate the words, I don't want to have sex with you, and the fact that they're also a fucking animal outside of the gene pool of human beings, it is not the same as Scarlett Johansson.
the fucking helmet going, "Blah, blah, blah, blah." She's shitting herself, doesn't know how to like shower. Are you still attracted to that person? The correct answer is no, right? And if that's the case, if you are not attracted to that person, then you should understand what it's like to be someone who is attracted to a fictional halfway point that doesn't exist in real life.
No, I can't. I literally can't. Like, what? Because that is a real person. That is not a fictional drawing of a half human, half lion character. It is not the same. It makes no sense.
All you have to do is swap, you know, the Scarlett Johansson in real life with the fake Scarlett Johansson that's like baby brain. Hi, thank you so much, Krell. Right? Like, it's a thought experiment that I was hoping people would be able to look at and be like, oh, you're right. If you do remove...
So you just wanted people to go, yeah, you're right. You didn't expect people to look at this deeper and go, this is fucking retarded.
those features, it makes it unattractive. There might be like, I don't know, a small percentage of guys where they're like, yeah, I would still bang. And then they might think everybody else thinks that way. Like, that might just be them telling on themselves, right? Like,
but isn't that what you're doing? Like, constantly? Like,
if people seriously believe that like attraction is not a combination of features together, where some features existing can make you unattracted and some features existing can make you more attracted. Like, if people don't believe that and they just go, no, base only silhouette species is the extent of attraction. If they believe that, then they're telling on themselves. What they're admitting is
what?
They would fuck Scarlett Johansson with a child brain, right?
Huh? What? I'm sorry. I gotta one more time.
And they just go, no, base only silhouette species is the extent of attraction. If they believe that, then they're telling on themselves. What they're admitting is they would fuck Scarlett Johansson with a child brain, right? Like, that's what they're admitting if they believe the world works that way, right?
No. The fundamental nature is that we are humans. We should be having sex with humans. Like, human beings, you know, like adult human beings. That is what we are coded for. That is what our genetic makeup is. That allows us to pass our genes on for the next evolutionary cycle or the next generation. If you have sex with a dog, it's not that.
Anyway, so those are my positions. Someone made a video where they took all of the clips from Kiwi Farms and, you know, Reddit posts or whatever. They compiled them together. And it would be one thing if it was just like, oh, here's all the shit he said. Here's all the shit he said on this subject. Shame him for his opinions.
Isn't that what Rob didn't even shame you. He just said, hey, this dude's like, look at this crazy shit he said. I'm not calling him a dog fucker, but like, this guy's a freak.
You know, like, he thinks this. Like, that's what all the people accusing me shit, it always starts with he thinks, right? Not he's done, because I haven't done anything, right? This is all just about like...
Yes, it's fucking weird! It's weird! It's not normal! That's why people are shitting on you!
Policing and my thought crime is not even like, oh, Lolly is...
And this is the problem, right? Is that Vosh did the exact same arguments. And then Vosh got caught with Lolly caught on his computer.
But technically Scar is anthro cause it means giving human traits to non-human things. However, Scar is still meant to be an actual liar. He's still wrong.
I know.
Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not into that, right?
Hi.
My thought crime...
Doing well despite it all.
Oh, thank you, Mr. B Natural. My thought crime is believing that other people shouldn't be imprisoned and have their lives ruined for thought crimes. That's my thought crime, right? Anyway, thank you, Inverted Arrow. This person creates this video. It's released within 24 hours of me arriving at TIFF. I made a lengthy comment on their video. I also DM'd them. They've ignored me everywhere. I DM'd them on Instagram. I DM'd them on Twitter. And they're posting, right? They're posting on these accounts. They're checking other DMs. They're responding to other creators and other drama people. They're in the comment section of other drama people streams, completely ignoring me, right? I can only assume, just for the purpose of, like, being able to dehumanize me, right?
Buddy, nobody's dehumanizing you because you're gay. I'm just putting it out there because I have this weird feeling in the back of your head that you think that this is like an attack on your sexuality in the context of you being gay. It's not. I don't care that you're gay. Be out and be proud, bro. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is the fact that you are trying to justify the potential idea that it should not be a penalty if someone has sex with an animal due to what you perceive to be the idea of consent between humans and animals. We're dehumanizing that because it is disgusting. You being a furry is a fucking weird thing. And then with that furry label, you also have made these kinds of defenses. It's not because you're gay. Because I have a weird fucking... Because he already talked about how it's like they're coming after me because I'm gay. No one gives a shit about that. Nobody gives a fuck about people being gay anymore. It's 2025, bro. If you're still upset, if you're still doing the gay panic shit, like, you're fucking weird in my book. But like this... Like, nobody gives a fuck if you're a grown man consenting with other human beings to have gay sex. It's weird that you also, with that, add the caveat, which could be for straight or gay, doesn't matter, that you like to dress up in a mascot costume and fuck other men in them. And then you have posts where you are trying to argue this weird ass thought experiment. That is your fault. That is your fault, because this is not a normal thing that normal people fucking do.
Because it's easier to create this type of content if you don't actually have like any personal interaction with a person, you know?
What? Oh my God. Personal interaction with people. Dude, this is the thing. You really need to understand this. People like you are not what normal people fucking deal with on a day-to-day basis. You are a small microcosm, a fucking tiny little blip of a community in the overall span of human history. You're going to die. Your community's going to die forgotten about in the next 5 to 10 to decades later. You're going to die. The furry community will not continue as long as it will. I really believe that. Maybe I'm wrong, but we should not be okay with this shit.
Welcome to the farm.
You're a speck.
I said this on another stream, but I feel like these opinions came from the furry community nuke that happened when the Kero Zoo sadist stuff happened. So he had to justify Zoo in his community.
Maybe. I don't know, Axis.
Anyway, so the fact that there was like no way to even get any kind of acknowledgement from them irritated me. The fact that it was posted within 24 hours of me going to TIFF, which is 11 years in a row, the biggest and only like work trip that I do consistently every single year. I've pointed this out in their comment section. And the response from their audience and the response from other people in the commentary community, like Nicholas Deorio, who streamed about this last night, their response is basically, what do you expect? That they would know your entire work schedule? You must have main character syndrome.
That's, yeah, like, yeah. Do you think Rob just sat there and said, dude, this is the perfect time? He's not going to be able to respond to this content. It's like, what are you talking about? Rob has made content that he hopes people respond to. I've seen him milk Noah Sampson for that 5 fucking video bullshit that he did. Rob releases videos whenever the hell Rob releases videos. It just ended up being a fucking a coincidence, really, in my book, unless Rob says otherwise. It's more of a coincidence than anything else. You really are having main character syndrome. If there is no proof that Rob did something like that, if Rob doesn't say that himself, what the fuck are we going on that we could believe for that? Like, what could we do? How are we supposed to say anything different? Are we supposed to just go, yeah, dude, it totally makes sense Rob did this at this time, when Rob is known to be happy when people fucking respond to him?
I'm not expecting any random person to know. I'm expecting someone who made a mini documentary about me to know, right? That would be like if I did...
He was talking about your controversies. He didn't... Dude, the thing is that video, right, is talking about your weird controversies. It's not about your entire life fucking story from the day you were born until the day you fucking stopped doing YouTube or up to today, right? That's not what the video was. It was literally just focusing on the weird shit that you said, and he uploaded it at a time that you were on a trip. Now, whether or not Rob knew that doesn't really matter, in my opinion, at this point. The reason it doesn't fucking matter is because Rob probably didn't even look at that shit. He was probably like, damn, this guy's a weirdo. Let me double check and make sure all this shit was actually out there and posted. Oh shit, it is? Let's upload this video. This guy's a weirdo. That's all it is.
Did an edit, by the way, edited. This isn't a live stream video we're talking about. This is an edited, produced video, right? Where they compiled things together, added their own commentary, decided what to keep, decided what not to keep, ordered things around. They created a narrative. They made a little mini propaganda documentary video. If I was making that about anybody, I would not.
Propaganda video? Propaganda? What Why are you using terminology like this? This isn't like some big political fucking event. It's not propaganda. You're the one that posted that shit. Rob has a right as a creator and as a human being to say that shit's weird. Rob said he was a fan of yours too. And he was like, damn, this guy is weird.
No, that would be like if I was making a video about Daddy Derek and I released it right when he was at the 420 Awards, right? So me saying that I believe that's malicious, that's the more charitable interpretation, because the less charitable interpretation is that he just like didn't do any fucking research, which genuinely might be the case, right? So it's either...
So you don't even know the process that Rob goes through to make these videos, and now you are trying to equate the fact that he uploaded a video the same day that you went on a trip to Rob not doing his research, when you're the one that confirmed, I left all this stuff up because I have nothing to hide. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Either maliciously intentional or maliciously ignorant, because there's no person, right? They'd be creating a little mini documentary about somebody, pretending to have done research that wouldn't know about this, right? It was on my subreddit, right? It was in my videos. It was on my streams. Any of the most recent things I was doing is like, literally, I live streamed me going through my TIFF schedule, going through all the fucking movies I was going to watch, right?
But all that stuff isn't about the weird shit that you did years ago, and then the stuff you did last year. That's not what it was about. The focus was your controversies. It wasn't the focus of you as a creator. The focus was of you saying weird shit on the internet. There is a huge difference between those two fucking things that you are trying to describe right now, and you know what the fuck you're talking about. And you're, in my opinion, you are doing this as a framing to make Rob look more malicious than he really is.
The guy says he used to watch my channel. There's literally one thing I've done consistently every year.
Are you expecting every single member, every single subscriber on your YouTube channel to know that at all times? Not every single person is up to date on every fucking thing that you're doing every hour. If that was true, I would have 1,000 to 2,000 people constantly watching the live stream every fucking day, because people are constantly looking at what I'm doing. It's not real. The subs are not there. They're not paying attention. They come back once every couple of months, or they don't come back at all. Like, what are you talking about? You've been on YouTube for over a decade. You know that.
Other than, I guess, the Oscar stream.
If it was true, every single upload you have ever put out would have 1 million views.
Right? But the one thing that involves me being out of town. So, yeah, it's either maliciously intentional or maliciously ignorant. My big issue with the video, when it came out, was not just the fact that, like, oh, conveniently, this is at the beginning of my, like, 2 weeks away trip where I'm...
That was your main focus on your first post, is I was like, oh, this is conveniently uploaded on the day that I'm going on my trip.
Not at my computer and I can't, like, respond on stream, right? It's that plus... sorry, I lost my train of thought. This is really annoying. It is really annoying. It's that, along with the fact that he didn't know he did no fucking research. He did no fucking research.
So now we went from Rob did research on all this stuff, and then now it's like, well, Rob should have known and did poor research in regard to me going on my trip, which somehow Rob needs to have like fucking foresight about that. Now it's moved to he's did no research whatsoever. Got it. So we're just progressing down to just saying he never did anything.
He takes Kiwi Farms at face value. A third of the video is literally
Kiwi Farms. He brought up the fact that you are upset with Kiwi Farms because you mention Kiwi Farms all the time, and that you don't have an issue with the doxing aspect of it. You have an issue with people logging your weirdo behavior. That was Rob's point involving Kiwi Farms. It was literally 20 seconds. And now, did he use Kiwi Farms probably to get the screenshots for certain stuff? Yeah, but he probably went to the actual links and looked up your handle and everything to see if that stuff's still there, which it showed in that video.
Just like incorrect. It's literally just factually incorrect information, because he either made assumptions or just read a post on Kiwi Farms. The reason why I know that he's literally just copying and pasting from the thread is because they're the exact same screenshots, the exact same images of Reddit comments that I made, right? That are found there. It's not just... I would expect from the stand.
But the thing is that if he confirms what they posted in there and still use that screenshot from it and go, oh shit, it's still publicly on Reddit, which he says, he's just using the screenshot information. He then double checked it and looked it up and went, oh shit, he's still doing this. There's nothing wrong with that.
Standard of quality that like I try to put out to the world for things that are edited videos.
Standard quality. Got it. So let me just pull up YMS's YouTube channel real quick. I don't know. Let's click on this.
War of the Worlds 2025. We watched.
Wow, he's really Man. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Oh my god, it hurts so bad.
Okay, stay calm.
All of these zooms are.
Buddy, you do not put a lot of effort into your content. You are uploading clip streams of you watching the video, of watching the movie, and making jokes about it. This is not that fucking impressive. Let me just click on another random fucking video of his. Another stream clip. Let's see here.
Hello, everybody. We've got a very special secret T movie.
Okay.
It'll raise.
Okay, clips of the movie, ripping off internet historian, essentially having these kinds of characters and the PNGs. Like, I don't get how this is like high quality content, Adam, but okay.
Especially things like serious, where like the ramifications are people in your audience are going to go on their Facebook page and call them a pedophile. People are going to try and cancel this person. Like you should understand that there's a seriousness associated with the content you produce, right?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Here's why I'm not going to do that. Because it's just funny to laugh at degenerates. It's a tale as old as time. Humanity's always found the things that they find disgusting funny to laugh at. That's just what it is, baby. That's humanity. And I love it for it.
You should look up primary sources. You shouldn't just take it face value and copy and paste from one fucking drama thread, right? That's irresponsible. That is irresponsible content making. So I know that not everybody in the content, commentary community is like this. I know that, like, regardless of what you think of Turkey Tom, like, the dude actually tries to, like, make sure that there's a level of quality that is met for his.
You know that Tom constantly gets accused of just reading the Kiwi Farms threads and writing out exactly what the farm says and regurgitating on his channel? That's a huge criticism from the farms. So the argument that you're making of Rob is the same argument that people on the farms make of Turkey Tom. But you hate the farms, right?
For his videos, he has, multiple different people working on them and editing and, different writers. And he's not, like, micromanaging everything. But there, like, he takes it seriously. And he understands, that there's, like, a level of seriousness that should be taken with that, right? Regardless of what you think of his political beliefs, regardless of what you think of, like, how charitably he is towards some groups and not others or whatever, there is a standard of quality there. There is not with this guy that made this video. That's what pisses me off. And now fucking Nicholas Deorio is responding on his stream, which I've archived, by the way, so don't pretend you didn't say the shit, where he's saying...
Do you think he's, like, afraid of that? Oh, my God. I archived this shit. Nick just unlists his streams just like every other streamer on YouTube, clips it out, and then throws it up on the YouTube channel. Like, what? Why does it say... Oh, Nicholas Deorio! How dare you? I totally archived your stream. You can't pretend you said this. I can literally probably pull up Nick's stream right now. I'm pretty sure... Does Nick have a playlist for his unlisted VODs on his channel yet, or no? He started making them members only. So there's an archive of it. Sure, it's paywalled, but there's still an archive.
Saying, like, oh, Rob's not a journalist, I'm not a journalist. Like, things that, like, ethically, I was saying should have been done to prevent the spreading of misinformation. Nicholas is just like, oh, we're not journalists, who cares?
Yeah, we're not journalists. We're retards with microphones. Why are we trying to put ourselves at a higher standard? 24 hours after stream, it's members only, then it's deleted. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why he's doing that. But, like, Nick does have... He uploads the clips of the segments. Has he uploaded that segment yet? He's got to be working on it. Because I don't think Nick's going to pretend that he didn't fucking cover that.
And, like, that's their opinion? Is just like...
Yeah, really.
It doesn't matter?
Yes, because we're just idiots with microphones laughing at the degeneracy that is put out on the internet or laughing at the drama. Like, we don't care that much. Like, God forbid that people just have fun laughing at weirdos on the internet and move on with their fucking day.
Like, that there's no seriousness taken about this? There's no standard to try and meet? Like...
The basic standard is don't make shit up. That's the basic standard. Don't make shit up. Don't dox. Don't swat. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. That's it. But by your words, you said you still stand by those positions and that you left those up because you have nothing to hide. Which means that if somebody finds that, which Rob did, and talks about it and calls you a freak, you can't turn around and start going, well, they didn't do... They don't have any standards.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Like...
A lot of Nick's stuff has been getting strike down recently for some reason. I think it's the Snark page is trying to hit him.
My fucking Kimba video, could you imagine if I just, like, copy and pasted from, like, forums of what other people were saying and didn't, like, look things up myself, right? Like, no, that would be a bad video. That's bad content, right? And so within this video, the reason why I call it propaganda is because it's not just, oh, here's the things that he said. It's, here's the things that he said packaged with a huge chunk, like literally maybe a third of the video, saying, here's other people that aren't him that have said similar things that have had controversies where
Yes, because it's literally something that can be referenced. Vosh makes the same kind of debate tactics that you do. There's nothing wrong with that. It is a comparison. It's a comparison. There's nothing wrong with that.
Love ya. No homo.
Oh, I haven't seen in a hot min. I'd why these popular niche YouTubers can't just put the videos in the bag, STFU, and be a decent person, SMH.
We can't have that.
You've done something predatory. And he says in the video, oh, you should connect the dots. You should connect the dots.
He said, I won't hold it. Basically, he said, I'm not calling you any of these things, but connecting the dots is actually pretty useful because that helped us with Vosh. And connecting the dots usually leads to that thing. And when you're making the same kind of argumentation points as somebody that was caught with something that was wrong, that is usually the ending scenario. We're not saying that you are doing it. We're saying that it's not out of the realm of possibility that you haven't done it or that you're arguing this in favor of it because you believe it more than you're actually saying, which is what Vosh did.
Over a third of the video, I'm pretty sure over a third, is literally just shaming me for being a furry, right?
There's literally nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with shaming somebody for being a furry. Nothing. I'm sorry. I will never stop saying that till the day I die. I like Lago, but I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't like furries, man. Like you're a human being and shit, and we're cool, right? But like, I ain't going to no furry conventions. I'm not gonna respect the furry community. I'm not gonna respect the furry shit. I'm not going to. It's never gonna happen. I am gonna be 90 years old, screaming probably that the furries need to be excommunicated from America. All right?
There's a section timestamped in his video called furry degeneracy. There's a section
yes, that is what it is.
Timestamped in his video, literally just about me liking Scar from the Lion King. Sexually, yes. Romantically, yes. It's a fictional character.
That is weird. That is not normal.
Combination of human and animal features. He takes streams where I've talked about being attracted to his face, his voice, his smile, his personality, his body language, and
his body is that of a lion.
His editorializing of those comments is him saying that I claimed that I'm not attracted to any animal features at all. Like, oh, look, he just thinks it's a coincidence. He's trying to claim it's a coincidence that it's a lion. No, there's a combination of human and animal features. I've never said anything else, right? I've never said I'm not attracted to any of the animal features on this human and animal character. I am not attracted to animal features on an animal in the same way that hopefully you wouldn't look at Scarlet.
Yeah, but you're getting hard at anthropomorphic animals. There are animal features on these characters that you are sexually attracted to. They have pointy ears, they have tails, they have fur. That is animalistic. Those are animal features. You said the words, I can't get off without looking at anthropomorphic animals. What other conclusion can we draw here?
Johansson's pussy if she's attached to like a mental patient, right? And think, oh, that's hot. Like, hopefully you wouldn't think that. Otherwise, you're telling on yourself, right? Like, this is how human brains work. These are...
What?
I don't consider them to be complicated conversations, but I keep having to remind myself that to many people they are. Because, you know, Nick, I'm sorry, but like you in your stream going over this shit, like there's some like genuine comprehension issues. Like when I was talking about like that analogy for human and animal features and trying to relate it to someone who's not a furry or whatever, his takeaway was that's the same excuse that people would use to fuck children. And then he plays a clip of someone saying something along the lines of like, oh, it's fine to fuck a child or masturbate to a child as long as it's for different reasons other than it being a child. That's not the analogy, right? That's not what I was saying. I didn't say it's fine to fuck a lion if you think that the lion has human features, but it doesn't, right? That's not a real lion. We're talking about fiction, right? It only what I'm attracted to only exists with the human features, right? There's no other version of that exists.
But it's still it still has animal features coinciding with the human. It's weird. It's wrong. And your argumentation points for the situation involving what you said on Reddit for animals and the consent of animals is the same thing that fucking weirdos that are attracted to kids would say. And they use those arguments or saying, why are you mad at child porn? You have to be mad at fucking child labor. How come you're not more mad about this? Like you are this. It's like, it's stupid, dude.
That's what it is. That's the package, right? I'm kind of fucking disappointed because I'm like friends enough with some of the people in this like drama YouTube commentary community, and
you're probably friends with people like you're friends with people like iDubbbz, which is not really a good it's not a good thing to say that that's the drama commentary people anymore. iDubbbz doesn't fit that description anymore, YMS. If you're talking about like D'Angelo Wallace is a fucking loser. You got Louis McClung that got raped to death by every single fucking creator on the planet for platforming false allegations. Who else? Like Ethan is online. Nick is not green. Like, are you talking about the ones that are like trying to take this shit seriously and then destroy themselves later? Like, who are you friendly with?
Followed a bunch of them on Twitter and they follow me back. There's like a mutual thing there with like a good amount of them. And so I was hoping for like a little bit of charitability, but essentially what has happened.
I'm sorry, I can't be charitable to a guy that has conversations trying to talk about this shit.
Is because I responded in that comment, and also, yeah, first I responded in the comment. I pointed out, oh yeah, this was the thing that I almost lost my train of thought for. This was my other really big issue. I pointed out that in the fucking video, this guy insisted on sharing.
Insisted? He said if you want to look at it yourself, it's out there. That's it. It's not a call to action. That's not saying you guys need to look at this. That's not him putting the link in the description saying, hey, go to this and look at it. That's not what he's doing at all. Turkey Tom's done the same thing that you just said did everything right. Turkey Tom has done this 1,000 times. Lolcow creators have done this 1,000 times. Like, it's a means of saying, if you want to verify what I'm talking about, this is it. He didn't show it. He didn't do anything involving it. He just said he has it public-facing, not safe for work Twitter account. Is it hard to find in the search engine? Sure, but that doesn't change anything.
A page with username unblurred, right? Showing exactly where to go of pornographic images of myself and consenting adults, right?
You're the one that posted it publicly for people to see. That's your fault.
And it's not just saying, hey, this exists, right? It's not even just saying the name of the website where this exists. It was describing pornographic images of me and describing the race of the person I was having sex with as if it's relevant for it to be a black guy. I don't know why these people think that that's like...
Because it's a fucking joke. He's getting railed by big black bulls. It's a joke. It's a play on words that you like to get fucked in animal suits. Big black bulls. It's literally just a joke. Like...
If you're curious about what his channel is like, that's a good idea, I guess.
So now we're calling Rob a racist. Got it.
Yeah, no, it's not basically kink shaming. It's absolutely kink shaming because...
Yes, it is. It needs to be. We need to shame more people. It is a requirement to save America.
When I pointed this out in the comment section, being like, hey, this is against YouTube TOS. Also, why is this video not set to 18+? If you're not going to set it to 18+, just blur the username. Just blur the username. Why is it important for you to have the video set to all ages where minors could access it and you know...
Because if he blurred it or he didn't include it and then you went on live stream and said, well, he never provided proof of that. Happens all the time. Well, you did show proof that this account exists. You're just making shit up.
At least some are, because you make fucking YouTube drama videos. Come on. Hello. Like, that's a way lower age demographic than fucking talking about Synecdoche, New York and Nuri Bilge Ceylan films, right? Like, you know that you have minors in your audience. Why not just...
Everybody has minors in their audience to some fucking degree on YouTube. You have it. I have it. Nick has it. Everyone has it because parents are failures, okay? Parents are fucking failures. I can scream from the rooftop, don't watch my fucking content if you're not under the age of 18 constantly, and that's not going to stop people from fucking lying about their age on the internet to be able to watch shit that they want to watch in regard to content like this. It's not going to fucking happen. This is the most bullshit thing every creator fucking does, okay? Every creator does this when they're in the middle of drama and trying to devalue the criticisms coming from the grown adult to the other grown adult, is that they turn around and say, oh, but you have children in your audience. You can't say retard. You can't say that slur. You're only doing this to appease your child audience. Said it about Mr. Beast, said it about Moist Critical, said it about fucking Sneeko, said it about Pokimane, said it. Every creator has that fucking criticism, buddy. Everybody.
Blur the username. If it's important for you to say, oh, let's shame him for having sex with a black guy and doing it...
It's not what he was doing. He wasn't shaming you for being a gay man having sex. It's most likely just shaming you for being a furry having sex, which is fair game.
In a weird way. And not hiding it and like not being afraid of like that being accessible to adults. Like, yeah, I have adult accounts on websites that'll...
How about you stop doing that? Like, you're putting your porn out onto the internet for people to watch. Now, again, adults. It's tailored towards adults. I'm not saying children, all right? Because I'm not going to do what you do to Rob in this moment, right? This aggravates me so much, man. You shouldn't be posting videos of you getting fucked on the internet. It's just not a thing that we shouldn't be okay with it. Like, really shouldn't.
Allow adult content. That allow adult content and adult accounts. And I pointed out in the comment section, the settings that I have enabled on these websites ensure that if there are minors on the website, right, they don't have the ability to access it. And I tested
What about that Twitter account?
this yesterday, by the way. I tested this. I created a fake account with like a 13-year-old birthday or whatever.
Buddy, people can lie about their age on the internet. It happens all the fucking time. You take that risk doing that, uploading to the internet, and that fucking kids are gonna probably see some weird shit. We shouldn't be okay with that. We shouldn't allow that to happen. But you need to recognize that there's a difference between Rob making a race joke and you posting pornography on the internet for random people to see. There's a massive difference between those two things that you need to fucking fundamentally understand, and you are not.
Just to test this out, because I take this very seriously, right? I created an account on this website just to test it out. You cannot see any of the media displayed on my page, right? And in the search, it doesn't autofill, right? If you try typing the username, which I'm not going to share here, because I make a conscious effort to keep that stuff separate from my work stuff and from stuff that's not age gated, right? YouTube doesn't allow porn on it. I have accounts on websites that do allow porn. What's the big fucking deal? But they're trying to act as though this is like a moral issue that needs to be...
You're the one that made it a moral issue. You're the one that made this a talking point.
Brought to everyone's attention. Not only say that it exists, but ensure that traffic is directed to my account.
Oh my God.
And describing the images, describing sexually explicit material to guaranteed minors in their audience. And Nicholas Deorio's response to this was showing a clip of one of my videos in my Prey review, where I'm watching the movie, the webcam's on me, I say, I'm so bored, I'm going to look at predator porn. I don't describe any of it. It's not on screen, right?
But it's still you looking up predator porn in general. The concept of typing in the name is you showing people where to find it.
And then one of my editors, who made this edited version of the video, decided, okay, we're going to make this into a little joke. They put the words E621, which is not a specific page that leads to these images, right? This is just a vague, this is like saying, oh, Pornhub exists, right? I don't even know if the images there were like from E621. Could have been on fucking, I don't know, Rule 34. Like, you're allowed to say Rule 34 in a video, right? I didn't describe any of these images beyond saying, oh, a demigorgon's in one, haha, that's funny. I didn't say what sex acts are taking place in the images. I didn't say who was penetrating who. I didn't say which race was fucking topping, right? Like, I didn't say what hole was being inserted by what thing. And also, it's not in the context of, let's shame this person, right? It's not in that context. It's in the context of, haha, this movie's so boring that I'm going to look up porn. And then, like, some images were displayed on screen that I made sure, you know, I made sure that the shit the editor sent me, that everything was censored to such a degree where
you typed in your editor and you approved this to type in a name of a website that is pornographic in nature, then proceeded to show what pornography is on that website, censored. You did more than Rob ever did. Now, did Rob describe the act? Yeah, in a joke. But this is different. This is you literally doing the things that you say are bad and then saying Rob can't do that.
you couldn't even tell if it was porn. You know, it's not like two characters on top of each other and then a censor bar where like their hips are. No, these like the only.
He didn't show the porn of you getting fucked. He didn't censor that out. He didn't put that in the video highly censored. Cause something tells me if he did that, you'd be pissed off at that too, huh?
Images shown were censored to the point where it's just like, oh, you can see the face of a predator and you can see the face of a demigorgon or whatever, right? They're not even like in the same spot. And then the editor also put in like, I don't know, I guess there was like a longer story video on the, like, I don't even know if it was the same images I looked at because the editor just did their own thing, right? But they showed a clip as a part of a joke where excuse me, these nails are new, gotta get used to them. They showed a clip as a part of a joke that may or may not have been from like a porn, but there was no porn in the clip, right? And so, yeah, I don't think that the same amount of factors have been met when I'm referencing that a website exists.
Dude, I'm losing my mind. I'm literally losing it. He just backtracks in real fucking time. This is the most cope-filled fucking response video I've ever seen in my entire life. This is actually a worse response video than Jar, bro. Like, this is AIDS. Like, this is horrible. This is a horrible fucking response video. Like, I'm actually, like, getting tired of listening to this.
Right? Just saying, haha, funny porn. And then there's some images that are so censored that I don't even know if they're porn. Like legit, like I don't even know because they're censored to the degree where like you can't tell, and that's the point, right? Where like there's no sex. I don't even. Yeah, there was no sex acts in the images anyway. It was just like the context of that image would have been, oh, they're just posing. There weren't even any sex acts in the images that were heavily censored.
But the name is the name of a porn site that was typed in. Like,
but yeah, I mean, like doing that for the context of a joke, where I'm not. By the way, the guy literally said, "Go to this website if you want to see these images." He described these images in detail and said, go to this website if you want to see them. That's so many steps beyond what I did, right? If you want to call me a hypocrite, fine.
yes.
Right? There's nothing about what I did that's malicious. The reason why I believe what he did is malicious is because when confronted about this, in comments that, yes, he read, when confronted about this, he didn't do anything about it. He knows that he was creating content where there are guaranteed minors in his audience that are being described in detail, like literally saying what's going into what hole and with what race. Like that's what's in his video, right?
So am I gonna? Are your fans gonna flag me because I listed out your public fur affinity page and your likes and dislikes of certain things? Are you guys gonna flag me because of that? Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. How else are you supposed to get all the context of shit if you aren't willing to have at least be like, hey, this is what he does. This is some weird shit going on. Here's the weird shit. Like I don't get this fucking argument here.
Describing the content, showing the page, username uncensored, saying this is what the page looks like, this is what the fucking profile picture looks like, this is the username, and here's where you go to find these images. If he wanted to create the exact same video, and if his argument is, I don't want to censor
this to me is just a vector for him to flag down Rob's video.
Because it's something people need to know about, right? If it's that important for him to let more people know, minors included, that I have adult accounts on websites that allow adult accounts and adult content. If it is that important, why not just censor the username? Because of course people can find it for them fucking selves if they try, right? Like the conversation about like minors finding porn on the internet is not, oh, we can make it so that 0 minors find porn on the internet. No, you have to try. You have to put in a good effort. You have to make it so that like you're taking reasonable steps, if only just for your own liability, like even if you don't care about whether or not minors are seeing porn, like just for your own liability, right? My comment existed for 2 days. Both him and his friend that re-uploaded the same video with minimal commentary, but kept
minimal commentary. Oh my God, he really is Dark Viper. He really is Dark Viper, dude.
The exact same footage. I alerted them in their comment section.
Yes, the moral grandstanding is just sickening.
I didn't go anywhere else about it. They did fucking nothing. They did fucking nothing about it, and his friend argued about it to me, as if this was something worth defending. Literally, not just, hey, he has an adult account somewhere, but here's the username, here's detailed descriptions of what's on it, and go access it if you would like to see it, right? Those are so many steps above anything I've ever done, right?
This really is like DGG Destiny coded kind of talking points now. We've moved from the Vosh talking points to now to the DGG shit. I'm not reading that, Leon.
Right? And again, this is in the context of not, haha, it's funny that this porn exists. This is in the context of we are shaming him for being weird. We are shaming him for being a furry.
Yes.
We're shaming him for being queer. And
No, my God. We're not shaming you for being gay. I knew he was going to fucking do this, bro. I knew he was going to fucking do this. We are not shaming you for being gay. Bang as many men as you want. I don't care. I literally can't care. We care that you're a furry freak that at one point has tried to debate the ethics of having sex with animals. Maybe not you, but other people having sex with animals. Like, that's the shaming. Why are you lumping furries and gays together in the same fucking category? I know there's a lot of LGBT people in the furry community. I know that. But, like, the fact that you're trying to equate that all you are is a gay furry and that's all we have an issue with is so fucking wrong.
The entire video is propaganda because it's packaging the completely harmless, queer, furry shit that I do with consenting adults incredibly ethically, incredibly responsibly, because I've enabled all of the settings that prevent minors from accessing it on those websites. I have ensured that none of my safe for work accounts lead back to that, right?
I'm literally not going to listen to him fucking repeat himself. Okay, I want to listen to his Shadman position.
There's like one part where he shows a screenshot of me interacting on Twitter with Shadman, right? A screenshot, I think there's like 2 of these ever, has been the extent of my interactions with Shadman. By the way, a decade ago, back when, not even going to name their names, but you know who I'm talking about, the creators of everyone's favorite TV show right now, we're on a fucking podcast with him and hanging out with him and like...
Yes, Zach being friendly with Shadman throughout that entire time is wrong. It's wrong. The Sleepy Cabin members that were all cool with Shad, wrong. All the people that interacted Shad, wrong. all of these people that were cool with Shadman and made defenses for him, Elvis the Alien, all of these people, Mr. Beast with the fucking, having the fucking lolicon drawing on the wall, wrong. That doesn't change the shit that you were interacting with, Adam. You're on the same chopping block as all these other people. Shadman is the Epstein list of the YouTube community.
You know, he was still doing lolly shit. Clearly, the fucking
yeah, your friend iDubbbz liked it.
Worse than others in their respective dramas, especially the furry drama and the ACC drama. God help us all.
So,
stressed face emoji.
So how about this, Adam? Are you also gonna throw iDubbbz under the bus? He retweeted a drawing of Hillary Clinton as a lolly doing sexual shit because there was a content cop meme in it. That's bad. I didn't even know that happened until fucking somebody pointed it out recently. Anyone that interacted with Shadman in a positive manner, that knew the things that Shadman was doing and saw those things that Shadman were doing, is fucking disgusting. Now what? Now what?
You know, the social expectations around those conversations have shifted. You know, like that was the climate at the time.
Wow. Okay, so now we're blaming it on the climate instead of recognizing it as the degenerate thing in the beginning. Now we're going retro on it. Well, now nobody likes it, so I guess I guess everyone's got a problem with it now. Yes, because it was already bad then, and it's still fucking bad. That conversation has not changed. You idiots were just trying to fight on his behalf because he was the funny guy that tried to do Drew crazy shit. You all platformed this guy to some degree. Y'all interacted with this guy to some degree, and you didn't see what was wrong back then, and now magically you guys recognize how bad it is?
Where he was a character that...
I mean, the Sleepy Cabin crew haven't been arguing in favor of Lolly, at least not Zach and Chris. Fine, Lago, but they knew, if you watch back during the Sleepy Cabin interview, right, with Shadman, he brings up why he was kicked out of his home country, why he's considered a criminal over there. They know. They're not idiots.
Drew weird shit, including, by the way, adult human furry porn, which I didn't even jerk off to because I'm not a fan of his art style, including, you know, adult Elastigirl or whatever, right? But he also did fucking lolly shit, you know? I think that's mostly what he was known for. But there were people in his social circle.
Fembro, if you watch the Sleepy Cabin interview, Zach is the one asking questions as to why Shadman was kicked out of his country.
That were like, ah, whatever, he's fucking weird, you know? Shadman crossed the fucking line. He crossed the fucking line by involving someone who is not a consenting adult. As soon as he drew Keemstar's daughter, that was the situation.
What about the Daphne Keene thing? That too?
Where he was no longer doing things that involved consensual adults. He was involving people that were not...
He was drawing lollies way before the Keemstar stuff. Way before that. Shad drew artwork of his mother in sexualized situations. He was doing gross, weird shit before the Keemstar stuff. Can we stop just labeling it as the Keemstar incident? That was a catalyst, but he was doing weird shit before that everyone fucking saw because he posted on Twitter all the time.
Consensual adults. That's a clear line that was crossed. I don't think I ever defended that, ever, right? I don't know. I don't think there's any interactions of me and him after that point, and if there were, I probably didn't know about that. I think there's literally two. I think there's literally two interactions, and both of them were me not responding just directly to him, but you can see like 3 other people tagged in all of these because there was a big comment thread, and then I would make a joke. I made a joke like, hey, draw my horse persona getting railed by Scar or whatever. Self-deprecating, you know? Like, part of the joke is like, hey, I'm a fucking loser that wants to bang Scar from the Lion King. In this guy's video, he frames the fact that people in my community, you guys, the people that are close, my core audience, the people on my Patreon, he frames the fact, and my subreddit, he frames the fact that I have a core audience that accepts who I am as a weirdo, a queer furry.
Which is the exact thing that happened with Vosh, where he was saying that he wants to be the horse and bang women as a horse. And they made the horse sexual jokes a meme. Dude, it is weird for people to be okay with shit like that. So, like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about here. Like, what? Like, it is weird. It's not that you're gay. It's that you guys have a weird fixation with the idea that being sexually attracted to anthropomorphic animals is fucking weird. That's it. In Rob's video, Adam was shown interacting with Shad after the Keemstar stuff. So the timestamp is after that. Got it.
Furry who wants to have sex with Scar from the Lion King. He frames that as me dodging accountability for a controversy. He opens up the video saying,
no.
That it's something that I've successfully turned into a meme for my community. That it should be he says it's a controversy that I've turned into a meme. Like I intentionally went, uh-oh, I don't want people to find out that I actually want to have sex with Scar from the Lion King. Let's make it a meme so I can muddy the waters and then no one knows if it's true or not. No, dude, I'm just fucking open about myself. I understand the absurdity of it. I grew up with that. Like, come on. Like,
I understand the absurdity of it. If you understood the absurdity of it, why are you still talking about it? Why are you talking about it? Why are you doubling down on it? Why are you arguing it if you know the absurdity of what you fucking do? You can do all day long, say, I'm a furry, and just move the fuck on. You didn't have to go into Reddit and fucking argue with people. You didn't have to tell people you can't get hard without anthropomorphic animals. You didn't have to tell people that you're sexually attracted to the character Scar in The Lion King if you knew how absurd it was.
I grew up in fucking Alberta. Do you know how like tough it was to like exist? You know, do you know how tough it was to like find out this thing about myself that even though I knew is like harmless and fantasy, right? I still fucking hated myself into my early 30s.
Yep, you're sounding like the lolicon people now.
Like I stopped hating myself at like age 31 for this shit. It sucked. It's a long road. And that's why, you know, that's part of what informs my decisions on how to treat other people and like why I don't.
I don't give a fuck about your mental struggles, buddy. Wait, fur shaming continued? Yes.
And so, yeah, there's going to be some weird gaslighting.
Gaslighting?
There's going to be people coming out saying, oh, it has nothing to do with you being a furry. You're crazy. It has
no, it's nothing about you being gay. It is that you're a furry. And it is that you've had these arguments on the internet. I am telling you that that is worth shaming. Not because you're gay, because of those other things.
Nothing to do with any of the queer shit you did. That's half the fucking video. That's half the fucking video. If it has nothing to do with that, why is that in the video? Why did you create propaganda?
Because it shows that you're a degenerate that posts pornography to the internet and you are porn-brained. It's not that deep, buddy.
By packaging all of this together. Right?
If you were a straight man having sex with women on the internet, posting that, and you were a furry, and you had these conversations, we'd still call you a freak. Nothing changes.
You look at the guy's channel, it's Sam Hyde is awesome, and here's the Kiwi farms of every liberal left-leaning content creator.
What? What? The Kiwi farms of denims, of Ethan is online, all of the stuff that was talked about with Ethan is all public shit. Ethan fighting and arguing and getting into a fight with predator poachers and all that other shit isn't Kiwi farm shit. He did that all publicly on Twitter in his own video. The Nick is not green stuff is also everything that he's done publicly in videos in the super mega drama. That's not Kiwi farm. Oh my God. It's not always.
Like he knows that he has an audience full of people that will react more uncharitably towards me if he packages it with the queer furry shit, right? He knows that. That's why he opened up the video talking about how I didn't love the Prince of Egypt. That is
because he was making a joke that you're like a Reddit atheist to feed into the conversations that you are a Reddit debate bro. Like, how do you not recognize that?
Nothing to do with any of the shit. And then as you know, Nick's reading through my fucking comments. Nick is saying, why is Adam talking about all this shit that doesn't matter? Just get to the important stuff. Dude, blame Rob for that. He front loaded the video with it, right? Like I'm responding to everything. I get it. Like
thoughts on Chris Ray Gun defending YMS. Chris Ray Gun should have married Anissa, man. Would have saved iDubbbz.
Like, I have a problem because I think that thoroughly responding to things, especially in text form, detailed, like, here's every single point, why this is just...
Yeah, you and Dark Viper do this. It's just so stupid. I sent you some shit. The haha is joke shit. Need to stop because they hide their honest opinions about bestiality. Vosh did the same shit and people still say he parroted it. Okay. Just want to, what was it? What are the exact for? Just wanted to spell the rumor that he wants the horse dude, wants to fuck the horse, and used to talk about it a lot. Okay. Yep, this is Vosh. I saw the Irish laddie stuff. All right, let's pull this up. So this is what Killjoy is trying to say is like the bullshit that it's just a joke and they're hiding behind it. So this is Vosh's post. Yep, Irish laddie. So yeah, how many horse dicks would you suck if you made 200K for each? You have to swallow, nobody knows, homo. Keep in mind, horse dicks are like 3 feet long and can come buckets. They're equivalent to about 15 human dicks. So that's Vosh. That's Vosh talking about sucking horse cock. Not really a joke nowadays. Let's read this one. Irish laddie. An active participant in bestiality, an AMA. Irish laddie, Vosh. Oh, and as an honest aside question, how the fuck does horse/girl sex work? Or horse/gay gentleman sex? I understand what happens. I just don't understand how it happens. Irish laddie, Vosh. Okay, I see that you're into some weird-ass bestiality stuff. Be honest with me here. Would you take it in the ass from a horse? Nope, that would in turn be necrophilia pretty quick. Ooh, well played. Would you suck off a horse? Yes, rock on, man. Yeah, totally jokes, right? Totally jokes. Total jokes. So that Vosh later on gets caught and he has to turn around and say, well, I wanted to be the horse. I'm not attracted to horses. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Honest, why this is wrong. My problem is thinking that to these people, it's not going to just show up as, wow, you mad, bro? That's pretty long. That's a lot of long text, right? That's part of the reason why I think I'm autistic is because I seem to have like some kind of like obsession with.
No, you're just a Redditor. You're a Redditor with a large platform. You're an annoying Redditor with a large platform is kind of your biggest fucking issue. Commentary community, Nicholas Deorio, inappropriate shaming. What is this?
Towards 18 plus accounts of myself within the context of kink, and that's fine. Like, yeah, people can search it up. Why do you need to show the username?
Okay, he's just looping back on this. What's the Caro the Wolf thing?
With editing or something, or like he doesn't grasp the concept of like deciding what to show, what not to show, the order, what to include, you know, things like poisoning the well, things like, you know, the whole premise of the video can be like.
So now we're calling it poisoning the well.
Told through how you edit it and the information that you withhold, especially. He just doesn't seem to have a grasp for that because I can see as he's reacting to it, he's falling for and repeating many of the propagandistic, if that's a word, many of the propaganda-y elements of the video in real time, right? So he's watching through it.
Where's the Caro the Wolf part?
And as it gets to the part where in Rob's video, he's like, YMS shows up and starts arguing with the creator of Kiwi Farms on a video about Caro the Wolf, right? And then Nick's response to Nick as he's watching it,
which happened,
is just saying, yeah, dude, you shouldn't be, why are you arguing on a video about Caro the Wolf? The context that was left out of the original video is that I'm not arguing about Caro the Wolf. I'm only in there because I was mentioned in the video because people were comparing me. I think it was Null himself. Like, this is a long time ago. I was only in there because people were trying to connect the dots like Rob and being like, here's a furry that's committed horrible acts, which I agree are horrible acts, right?
Okay.
Torturing and raping fucking animals, like, that's horrible, right? I never disagreed with it. The only thing I
Yeah, but the whole thing about you being like, well, there might be consent of animals, like, come on, bro.
said is like probably like not harmful is the things that like animal breeders do in the specific, you know, whatever, jerking off a dog or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Not anything to do with fucking Caro the Wolf, right? Like,
but you were arguing on the Caro the Wolf video, and Null even said, if you read the comment, said, hey, I'm a fan of your stuff. You need to stop arguing this. Like, he just says, please stop arguing this because you are essentially doing argumentation that is the normalization of fucking dogs. Null was trying to tell you to stop, and you still argued with him about it. When the owner of Kiwi Farms is coming to you and saying, hey, buddy, this is a really bad idea. You should listen.
And yet, the way that Rob's video is created, the way that it leaves out that context, I can see Nick reacting in real time and just believing blindly that I was in that video to argue about the ethics of Caro the Wolf.
It wasn't the ethics of Caro the Wolf. You started to argue the idea and the ethical nature of involving people not getting arrested for having sex with animals due to the consent factor that you believe was nonverbal. The animal kingdom's a nonverbal consensual thing. And when you read that in that comment and you see Null respond to it, go, hey, dude, you got to stop. No shit. People are going to look at that and go, whoa, like, why the fuck is he arguing this shit?
And so I can see the propaganda working in real time from someone who's in the commentary community and doesn't have, like, I wish, you know, like, with your audience, and it's not huge or anything, but, like, you know, your prominent voice in this community, how you not see the ethical issue with withholding information like that and not giving the full context and creating your video in a way that intentionally, either maliciously or maliciously ignorant, creates a narrative specifically designed to paint me as an abuser, right? It intentionally leaves out.
No. Rob says, I am not saying that this guy abuses animals. He is saying and debating weird shit out there, and it is not crazy if you follow the same kind of points of logic that we did with Vosh, that this guy is doing the same kind of argumentations. There's nothing wrong with doing that comparison of you. It's not, because that is what Vosh did.
Why I was arguing in that comment section. It's because people were comparing me to him. They were comparing my thought crimes saying like, oh, I don't think as many people should go to jail if there's like not a harmful act being made or whatever.
Because, oh my God, I'm not repeating myself. I'm done. I'm not repeating myself any further. This is a ridiculous response video. Holy shit. How many times can I hear the same fucking talking point a million fucking times in a row? It's the fact that thought is just so fucking ridiculous, and that you're even arguing in the first place on a video involving the guy who raped animals, that you should not be having that argument in general. I'm literally done with it. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore, chat. I can't do it. I literally can't. I can't do it. I refuse. I'm done. Holy shit. YMS, bro, listen. If you've responded to this as many times as you have, you should have just pointed back at the original response instead of just doubling down. Because honestly, you sound worse throughout this fucking video than I even thought. This is a complete fucking disaster. I cannot imagine the kind of mental gymnastics that you have to deal with on a daily fucking basis. I'm over this. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.